where that that can be a factor when you get a ball in the air. It could take off a little bit.
Yeah, I think Lambeau should go because we're a little more explosive. We should have a 120-yard field. That makes sense, right? Because it's the charm. Because it's charming.
They're hitting balls out like into the parking lot because the cars are parked
I
beyond
understand.
the right field.
It's not charming. It's idiotic.
It was. I mean, the
No,
whole.
it's not charming.
They're building a new stadium
That's
for the
cute.
A's when they get there in
Yeah, that's
2028.
fine.
So this is a temporary thing. It's just
Put
to
a
build
temporary
excitement.
fence at 330 feet then.
But the whole thing is ridiculous.
My point. Yeah.
15 to 14.
You
12
can't.
innings.
You're playing baseball. Like, it shouldn't be. Now all these stadiums, everybody's getting a new stadium. Enough with these little kitschy. It's not kitschy. It's dumb. So no, I don't want my fence 240 feet. You're playing Little League Baseball at Nakusa or Kellner, like we did back in the old days. That shouldn't be the case.
What about a Nashua?
Short porch out in right field for the Yankees. How many glorified stats have that been? No. Like last night was an abomination. No, baseball, that's what it was. It was an abomination. Was it entertaining? Yeah, but it was an abomination.
It was awesome. It was stupid awesome.
Yeah.
Contreras fell down, like butt on the ground, and he had a 3-run home run.
It's time to have a conversation, too. I don't know whose birthday's coming. I mean, my birthday's coming up, but birthdays are coming up. It's time to have a conversation about our shortstop in Milwaukee.
Oh, we want to have a real baseball conversation here.
We got young guys. It's time. Let's go. This ain't working. We on board?
Left side of the infield struggling. Yeah.
I would agree. But at short,
it's a
hey,
hole.
man, Ortiz, all right, but it's time. It's time.
He is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I don't understand why you think it's charming to have a 310-foot.
Okay, so
that's
wait a
not
minute.
charming.
Let's wait. Okay, so this is a temporary situation. Are they the first team to actually play the Athletics in Vegas?
Yes. Well,
So
technically that's not true. The A's played a series there in like 1996 or something like that.
But since we knew they were moving there,
Yes.
this is the first time. This is obviously a temporary stadium scenario. This is not where they're going to be playing once they move there permanently. I don't know what the dimensions are of that ballpark. I think if we're speaking generally, they are roughly the same dimensions in most stadiums. I don't think they should all be cookie cutter and all look like Milwaukee County Stadium, which, by the way, I think was 315 down the lines.
Why is baseball different than the other sports? I just want.
Hockey has different size
No, they
rinks.
don't. Not in the NHL, they don't.
Right, but there are other realms where they do, right? And this
Little
is
League
the
baseball.
base paths. The base paths are still the same distance, right? The pitcher's mound is still the same distance.
Yeah, all
but
those things are
the
the
way
same.
you score runs isn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it'd be boring if every ballpark was designed exactly
hoops
the
is
same.
boring too. It's boring that every court's the
but
same and that the hoops are the same
they
height.
get to change the colors on the court.
yeah.
I love court designs, and when
Nobody said you can't decorate the field up different. Put all the banners and signs you want out there.
they're not going to do a gold AstroTurf infield for the Las Vegas A's when they move there. That's preposterous.
Okay.
Kind of like that idea.
340 down the lines at the Las Vegas ballpark. 340 down the lines, 415 to dead center, 380 to the gaps.
Yeah, I think AmFam Field. We should. We're going to embrace this, right? I'm not, but you guys are. Let's embrace it. Let's put dragons out in the. They can jump out of the fence because we might be entertaining. Is that what you guys are talking
I
about?
always thought a moat would be cool.
I kind of think a moat. There's no warning track. There's just a bridge.
No, there is a warning track, but then a little moat, and then more warning track. Just watch out.
I'll hit it down Gator Alley. Got Gator, Florida. We got them Gators down there.
Jesse, can you give those dimensions again while we rage bait Tausch about the baseball stadiums?
And thanks to Ryan Wollersheim, the producer of Jim, Matt, and Molly in the Afternoons. He sent this to us as we started the show here. So this is according to Ballpark Pal on Twitter. At the Las Vegas ballpark,
start in left field and go around. And I will, because what I want to do is I want to tell you what AmFam Field is in those same locations.
All right, left field, down the left field line, 340 to the pole, 340.
AmFam 342.
All right, about the same. To the left center gap, 380.
AmFam Field, 371.
All right, 415 to dead center.
400.
380 to the right center gap.
374.
And 340 down the right field line.
337.
What's your point?
Is that there's actually aspects to the stadium that they played in last night that are the wall is farther away from home plate than at AmFam Field. I don't think it was the dimensions of the ballpark that were largely responsible for 11 home runs. Sounds to me like the elevation and the dehumidification of the balls and everything else was. I don't know. Abomination felt strong to me. That's all. I don't have a super strong opinion on this, but you clearly do. I thought a 15-14 game seemed like fun if I would have stayed up till 1 a.m. to watch the rest of it.
Down to their final strike, the Oakland A's, Jonah Heim,
Who?
I think. Heim.
What team was that? What team was that?
The Las Vegas A's. Put a quarter in the jar. Dang it. Heim.
Why? They don't even have a home.
Yeah, they're just the
You
A's.
can call them whatever you want. You don't need no quarter and no jar.
The soon-to-be Las Vegas A's. Heim hits a pop-up. I'm watching it on TV. Levering says, down to their final strike, swinging a pop-up to right field. Contreras, bats his glove behind home plate like the game's over. Swinging a pop-up to right field. Frelick's under. Uh-oh, it's going back. He's at the warning track. Oh, my God, it's out of here, and we're tied. He thought the game was easily over, and the wind just takes his ball out. It was ridiculous.
Sounds like fun. Abomination felt strong to me, but we all get tomato. A lot of other things going on besides that barn burner in Las Vegas, the continued fallout from the Brendan Sorby ruling in the courts. That was an interesting story to follow yesterday. Obviously, the NBA Finals, Game 3, the Spurs win their first game. The series has started. It started a long time ago because the Knicks won 2 on the opposing home court, and Tausch loves that old saying from George Karl. And the Packers kick off their mandatory minicamp today, first practice of 3 scheduled practices. And the Christian Watson numbers are in on his contract as well. So a lot to get to. But first, we need to get to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Indeed. Shopping for new windows and doors should never include haggling. Pella sticks to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, and helping homeowners find the right fit for their home, and they never use high-pressure sales tactics. When you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows and doors also sells them, installs them, and services them. Real pricing, premium quality, no game. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
We'll get ready for Evan Cohen, who comes up at the bottom of the hour. It's Wilde and Tausch. Stick around.
Next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Soccer fans, it's go time. The biggest tournament in the world is finally here, and ESPN Milwaukee is getting ready for Team USA at Veer North on Milwaukee's east side. Hey, it's Alex Strope. Join Kyle Wallace and me for a live broadcast of Kyle and Bruss Friday, June 12th as we pregame USA versus Paraguay from 2 to 5. That's at Veer North, Milwaukee's home for soccer. Great food, cold drinks, and the ultimate match day atmosphere. Grab your friends, wear your red, white, and blue, and kick off your Friday with us at Veer North on Milwaukee's east side.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Freddie Coleman.
The NCAA put out a statement strongly disagreeing with the court's ruling. Hey, NCAA, I don't want you to strongly disagree. I want you strongly to fight this. Don't strongly disagree. We're not playing Monopoly here. Seriously, we're not playing backgammon. You're the NCAA. Prove it. Act like a governing body and say, hey, judge, I tell you what, we're going to fight this ruling. Hey, Brendan Sorsby, how much money are those guys on retainer? We're about to find out. Because there's no way you can let an athlete get away with this when he clearly broke the rule that says you cannot gamble on your own sport while as a member of the NCAA as a college athlete. We're just going to let people break rules and have a judge in favor of breaking a rule because he's in the same county where Texas Tech is? Hey, NCAA, don't strongly disagree. Don't strongly put out a statement. Get your guns like Harry Douglas's arms and strongly fight this.
Hello.
Or then it's really no reason to even have any kind of NCAA.
Now at Lowe's,
Faster quotes start at the Lowe's Pro Desk. Got a material list handwritten on a sticky note or saved as a photo? Perfect. Bring it to us and get a quote in minutes. And if you don't see what you need on the shelf, we'll help you get it. You can access thousands of products beyond what's available in-store or on Lowe's.com, right from the Lowe's Pro Desk. Build quotes faster and source the materials you need to keep your jobs moving. Just like that, at Lowe's.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde. Father's Day is coming up on Sunday, June 21st, and let's be honest, Dad does not need another tie, another coffee mug, another World's Greatest Dad t-shirt. Get him something he can really enjoy. Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles. Order at Kringle.com and send your dad his favorite flavor, like my favorite, bourbon pecan. You can even add a bag of gourmet coffee to your order. So go to Kringle.com or make the call, 800-4DANISH, and have it shipped just in time for Father's Day. Kringle.com. Racine Danish Kringles. Not just a treat, it's a tradition.
Make plans for Wednesday Night Live, presented by Beatbox at the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park this Wednesday. You won't want to miss it. Get ready for an epic night of free live music featuring 80s rock favorites Cherry Pie. Gates open at 6. Live music starts at 7. Wednesday with Cherry Pie.
Your local bar could be your ticket to a global stage. Michelob Ultra Soccer Shootout is giving fans the chance to win tickets to the FIFA World Cup 26 at Zocalo, starting at 4 p.m. on Thursday, June 11th. Also enjoy Michelob Ultra at Maxwell Cedarburg, Potawatomi, and Spanky's Waterford. Your neighborhood, your shot at the world's biggest game. Play for the chance to witness history. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21+. Void where prohibited.
Milwaukee Weight Loss knows the secret to losing up to a pound of fat every day with no drugs or surgery, and they'll show you how to keep it off for good. Get your confidence and your health back. Right now, $200 off the summer special for limited time only. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to book your free consultation. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Wilde and Tausch rolls on. Tausch, normally, I welcome you to the program, ask you how you're doing, and then you always have something that you're hot on right away. Instead, kind of put you in a spot where the abomination of a baseball game ended up being the lead topic. What's on your mind today before we move forward?
What's on your mind?
Was it this baseball game?
What's on your mind today?
Christian Watson's contract numbers.
Let's go there.
So Rob Domofsky, as ESPN has access to that database, tweeted this out a little while ago. Somebody else had it this morning as well when I was talking to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. But Rob has all the details. The signing bonus, as was reported, was $31 million. The actual extension, as Rob points out, is worth $92.5 million, with escalators that could bring it closer to the $110.5 million that was initially reported. So now you're talking 4 years, $92.5 million, if we're doing the math, old boy. His average per year of the new money is $23.135 million, which ranks him just inside the top 20 of wide receivers, according to Rob. There is no additional guaranteed money beyond that signing bonus. So we saw players get 60, 80, 100 million in guarantees. Christian Watson took 31. Mark Chmura's response this morning on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy when I was on with him was, what is this agent doing? How is he allowing him to sign this contract? Should this change, Tausch? And by the way, the other part of this, in 2028, there is a $13 million roster bonus due in March, which would be either, hey, we love what Christian's done these last 2 seasons. We want him here. We're going to convert that to a signing bonus and spread the charge out over the next several years. Or, hey, he's been hurt the whole time. We don't want him anymore. We're not paying this bonus. He can take a pay cut if he wants to stay. Otherwise, we're going to move on. So, you always talk about Goody and Russ Ball. This looks like, I can't, as I said to Jen, Gabe, and Shuey, I can't imagine still being in the, they overpaid for this guy. This is a terrible contract crowd anymore.
Well,
Agree or disagree?
if he doesn't play and he's injured, yeah. So, Chewy, obviously, Christian Watson feels like he's a number one wideout, but he also has to deal with the fact that he's been hurt a lot, and the Packers controlled him for 2 more years, realistically, if they wanted to tag him. And I'm guessing that, what was he going to make, $13 million this year? I get a kick
11.
out of $11 million. So that 30-some-odd million of franchise tag for a wide receiver or a transition tag would be, I don't know, low, mid-20s probably, somewhere in that ballpark. So I think I've said this a million times. If you want to break the bank and get the top dollar, you got to go to market.
Bet on yourself. Yeah.
You got to go to market, and you can't take guarantee. You can't take a small, a life-changing amount of money, which at $31 million for Christian Watson and his family is going to change lives. It is. And you could say, well, he should have made $150. Yeah. If you want to go through and do all of that, and you bet on yourself, and if you are healthy and you're rolling, you don't even have to start at that point. But because you got hurt and you got that little, that guaranteed last year, you kind of put yourself in a position to let Green Bay control the terms of the negotiation. That's sports. So I don't know why everybody is, up in arms about it. He chose to do it this way. He is going to be taken care of, and he's going to be a great bargain for the Green Bay Packers if he's as good as I think he is. And that's the way it goes. And he's still going to be making, 20-some-odd million. And by the way, in a year or two, he can sit out and renegotiate and hold out. Like, there's other ways that you can go about doing it if you feel like you're criminally underpaid, which by the end of this, I hope he feels that way, because that means he's been super productive. As far as, should people feel like it's not going to change anybody's mind. I mean, this is like politics. If you hate somebody, you're going to find every negative thing and you're going to hammer on them. If you like them, you're going to ignore. And with Christian Watson, not that he's a polarizing guy, because by all accounts, he's a great leader. He's a good dude. And he works hard. But people look at him as an injury-prone guy. And he has been injured. And you're either going to say, why are you paying an injured guy this much money when you could be paying Tucker Kraft? Well, let me give you a little newsflash. Tucker Kraft's going to get paid. And he's going to be one of the top tight ends in the business, and it'll be structured in a way that the Green Bay Packers like it. That's how Green Bay works. Unless you're Micah Parsons or Jordan Love, this is how Green Bay does their business. And when you do it early and you're proactive with it, you're going to get the better end of it if you're Green Bay, if the player's great. If the player's injured, not good, then you could look at it and say, well, it's dead cap. The Packers know that's the price of doing business. They identify guys they want. They pay them early, and then when the cap goes up and other players are getting paid big numbers, they're going to say, players will look at it and say, I should have probably waited. I hope that's the case with Christian Watson.
So do you feel better, worse, or the same about his contract?
The exact same. What was reported is what was reported.
I mean, it's worth even less than what was initially reported,
well,
and
it
confirms that there's no other guaranteed money.
Yeah, but that was if it was more guaranteed money, trust me, his reps and his people would have put it out.
I
so
agree.
Nothing in this is surprising, and it's exactly what you thought it was going to be. And I don't think anybody's mind is changing, because now what? He might make $15 million less, and if he doesn't hit all of his incentives. The Packers got a great deal on a really good football player. They got him when he was injured. They've utilized that, and now the opportunity is going to be for Christian to blow this thing out of the water. And by the way, it's just such a funny world to me, because in every other business, you can look at it and say, he's earned it, he's got it. He's going to earn every penny of that $100 million. And I know everybody's making $200 and $250, and Jamar Chase is $45. He's not Jamar Chase. He's not Jay Jettis. So I don't think Green Bay, while he is definitely the number one now, that is not something that is like, this has got to be how it's going to be. If Matthew Golden balls out, Matthew Golden can be the number one, and then people are going to say, boy, he's pretty highly paid for a second wideout, and that's all right too. So that's why this deal makes a ton of sense on both ends. It's a much better deal for the Packers if he's a stud. If he, unfortunately, something happens to him at paintballing today or something else, it's a heck of a deal for Christian Watson. That's the reality of the situation. And for anyone to get angry about it and like upset, I love it because it's passion. And I want people to be passionate about sports. But I just have a hard time getting, oh my God, it's so bad for Christian. Yeah, he'll be all right, guys. Let's say he gets that. So that 31 million, if he didn't play another snap, that's 17, 18 million bucks. Go put it in some of these AI stuff. I mean, you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. So don't feel bad and chastise and everything else with Christian Watson. You can if you want. I'm not going to tell you can't. I'm saying it's idiotic.
You just did tell him not
I'm saying it's idiotic, but I just said I want the passion of it because it's great. But I don't agree with it.
I don't agree with people that thought that they overpaid him. I think that you said it. I will quote you.
But he's not underpaid right now either.
No, I think the Packers got a great deal, which could be a phenomenal deal.
Maybe. If he doesn't play, if he plays
you can
4
cut him
games
loose
next
after
year
2 years.
If something happens to him in 4 games, you're not going to say it's a great deal.
Right, but there's that risk with everyone. I know he has a track record. The guy came back from his ACL. He didn't miss any games last year. Once he came back.
But he missed.
He did leave
the season.
No. What I'm saying is he played 15 games in 2024. Tears his ACL. Everyone misses time with an ACL. When he came back, he didn't miss another game because
9
of
months,
injury.
I've been told.
That is what I've been told, and maybe not in time for the Bears or for the Cowboys. And then when he came back, yes, he left the stadium in an ambulance, but he played the following week. The only game he didn't play in was the expertly covered regular season finale in Minnesota when they sat guys. So again, I thought that there was way more backlash in a negative way about the Packers and what they gave him. I would argue that this holds up pretty well. And yes, there's risk, but I think they mitigated risk and mitigated their financial commitment. $13 million in a roster bonus in 2028 that he is in no way guaranteed of getting looks like smart business to me by this team. That they have the two-way go of, hey, he's had 2 great years. Let's convert this to signing bonus and create a bunch more cap space. Or, you know what, he's been hurt a bunch. This turned out to be money not well spent. We're not going to throw good money after bad. We're not going to pay him the roster bonus. He can either come back on a salary cap, reduced salary, or we'll move on from him, and we've got Savion Williams in the waiting.
This is why Russ Ball is the best in the business at what he does. This is why the Packers are a first-class organization, because they proactively do this. They're smart, and they have outs. A lot of teams don't, and there are players you can't do that with. I don't know Micah's contract, but I'm guessing he's going to get I'm guessing it's not going to be that team-friendly. Jordan Love, I'm guessing it's not that team-friendly. I probably could tell you that's going to be the only 2 guys that those contracts aren't team-friendly. Mm-hmm. That's the business of the NFL. And you can sit and if Christian Watson balls out, by the way, he can hold in. Because it seems like there's a lot of people worried about he's not getting paid fairly. And if that's the case, and I feel like you're maybe in that camp a little bit, Jay, then he can hold out. He could ball out this year, and if all these other guys are making 45 and 50 million bucks, which by the way they will, and he's making 23, that's when you can just say, I'm going to come in, but I'm not doing anything until you touch my contract. And then things can get contentious. Don't see that happening with Christian. I think he is looking at this from the perspective of, you guys stuck with me. Mm-hmm. And it didn't matter that I blew my knee out and that I've been injured and I've had hamstring issues. You all stuck with me. I'm going to make you look smart. And I think that's maybe the difference. And it's okay that everybody can have differing opinions on it. But the bottom line on it is it's a hell of a deal for the Green Bay Packers. And the Packers will be very excited and happy if Christian Watson can stay healthy. I said it the other day, and people, my brother's like, 13 games. If he plays 13 games a year and puts up the numbers that he does on average, this contract is a steal. This is a great move. He doesn't need to be 17 games all world. If he is, awesome, but that's not even where this is at. And I think maybe the Packers are factoring that in when they did this deal, and I'm sure Christian Watson did. Or you're going to end up looking at it and saying, could he have held the line and played this season out on a $13 million deal? And if he's healthy, would he have gotten 35 or 40? Probably, but that's not for certain either. Because what the Green Bay Packers did, smart teams will do the same. But fortunately for players, they're idiotic teams that will go over the top, that have cap space, and they'll say, boy, Watson was really good last year. I think we should give him $180 million guaranteed. And Christian Watson's going to be like, yeah, I'll take that. And then I don't know how – then it gets back to how invested are you in the new team and all of the other things that go into free agency. So I get it. Have your feelings. Have your passion. I love it. I'm going to disagree with you on a couple fronts, though, and that's okay.
What we can agree on is that things always get interesting when Evan Cohen joins us. He will join us next after I tell you that you don't have to hop on a plane or board a cruise ship to feel like you've escaped. Your next getaway is waiting right in Milwaukee at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Start with the stay, the biggest hotel rooms in all of Milwaukee. Nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big. And you're just steps away from all the fun stuff that's happening inside. And you've got so many options when it comes to eating. Dream Dance Steakhouse, The Marketplace, Rock and Brews, which is my favorite, Canal Street Cafe, Cream City Coffee Company, and Ruyi Asian Kitchen, which is the one on my to-do list. If you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or anniversary, the event spaces are built to make them unforgettable. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out all in one place at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Evan Cohen joins us next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
I started our landscaping company, Brett Ochtenhagen's Seasonal Services, in 1994. We have other businesses, a trucking company, investment properties, and we board and raise quarter horses. I met Chris from Horicon Bank over 20 years ago, and we really hit it off. A few years back, we made our largest capital commitment ever. Chris understood our vision, supported it, and 5 years later, our annual equipment maintenance costs are down, and our fleet is amazing. Chris and Horicon Bank helped make that happen.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
Wilde Automotive Group is celebrating America's 250th birthday with as little as $250 down or $250 a month. Wilde makes it easy to drive the new or used vehicle to fit your lifestyle. Celebrate America's 250th with Wilde Automotive. $250 down or $250 a month. Available on over 1,500 vehicles at every Wilde dealership location.
Select models with approved credit, tax, title, license, registration, and 479 dealer fees extra. See dealer for details. Expire 7/5/26.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town. Located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
The Brewers took care of business on the road as they swept the Colorado Rockies in 3 games over the weekend. The offense was on fire all weekend long as the Bats put up 28 runs across 3 games. Here's what manager Pat Murphy had to say after the sweep.
It's hard to win a Major League game on the road. It's hard to win a Major League game, period. Take nothing for granted. Anybody can beat anybody on any given day, and we happen to come out, on top of these 3 games.
Up next, the crew will continue their West Coast road trip with a 3-game set against the Athletics. I'm Will Summers.
This has been the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
Not every order is a big order, but it still matters. At Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more, there are no minimums. So whether you need 1 shirt or 100, you still get the same personalized service, hands-on design help, and high-quality results. Sometimes it's a small team, a quick idea, or something you just want to get right the first time. It's custom apparel without the pressure. Perfect for your business, event, and team. Big Frog makes it easy to create exactly what you need with a local team ready to help every step of the way. Get started today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Mark Reinhardt is IT manager at ACS Group. Mark, your company has had business technology from James Imaging Systems for years. Right out of the blocks, would you recommend James to others?
Yes, I've had nothing but a great experience with James Imaging Systems, and I would definitely want to share that with others.
A great experience in what way?
I think it's just the personal touch. They actually listen to our needs, walking our business, and finding out what solutions we need to do our job better.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation, adding up to more bang for your business technology dollar.
Yeah, we are absolutely getting a return on investment on the dollars we're spending with James Imaging Systems.
Mark, safe to say ACS Group is happy?
Very happy with James Imaging Systems. People are smiling.
Put a smile on your face with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Evan Cohen on Wilde and Tausch is brought to you by Horicon Bank, serving their clients with faster decisions, smarter financing, and bankers who get your business. Horicon Bank, doing good for 130 years.
Joining us now on the Yuengling guest hotline, Yuengling, 197 years in America, the oldest brewery in America, and it is now in Wisconsin. 6 generations, family owned and operated. D.G. Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. Is the host of Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio, and of course across ESPN Wisconsin every morning. It is Evan Cohen. Evan, good morning. How are you?
Jason, Tausch, Jesse, how are you guys?
Good. Did you stay awake for the entirety of the Knicks Spurs game last night?
Yes, of course. I mean, all 3 of these games have been fascinating from start to finish, and all the twists and turns and the way Wemby played early I thought was great. And yes, I was awake.
Why? How do you pick? Is it finals games you stay up? Because I'm guessing for the Eastern Conference Finals you didn't stay up for all those games, did you?
You didn't really need to. The Knicks pummeled them. I mean, what do you mean? No, I tried to stay up as best as I could for all these games, and definitely San Antonio, Oklahoma City. I probably find myself going to sleep earlier on the days, like a Friday night or a Saturday night, when I don't have a show the next day and I can watch it back in the morning. But I do my best to try to stay up.
Thank you for your service. That's good stuff.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
You asked me a question.
I understand. Don't get mad.
Serve our country.
Hey, don't get mad. Don't get all mad.
You're kind of getting after people a little bit today, there, old boy. Like you've come in strong today. I like it. Passionate,
Okay,
as you said, about other people and their opinions. We were debating the Christian Watson contract now that the numbers are out, Evan. I am wondering if his contract even makes it to the hallowed halls of unsportsmanlike. He's not a top-tier wide receiver. He's been injured a lot. But Packers fans obviously were divided on whether he deserved a contract or not. And now that ESPN has the final numbers of his extension, he looks like a pretty good bargain to me for a guy that obviously has had injury issues but also has been a really good player. Is he a guy that even makes it onto your radar?
I don't remember if we talked about him or not, to be honest with you. Like, I really don't. I've talked about him in general, and I definitely had it in my notes. We had Schefter on this morning. I don't think I even put it in my notes for today, but I will say I have a couple of Packers-related things that I'll bring up for you guys.
All right.
Number one, I was doing the math with Jim, Matt, and Molly last week on ESPN Madison, but I want to pose it to you guys. I think I have figured out the math for Packers' success this year. And what it is 1.5 times stats from a year ago. Take Christian Watson's receptions, yards, and touchdowns, multiply them each by 1.5. Take Jordan Love's touchdown to interception ratio, multiply it by 1.5. Double Matthew Golden's games played and his stats, and then multiply that by 1.5. The reason I say that,
Just wait, we're doubling
difficult.
and then going 1.5?
Well, he didn't. Well, remember, he didn't play a full season, Tausch. I know you don't follow the team, but he only played, I think, 7 games. So if we put him at like 14 games or so, and then you multiply,
Well, then
by
it's
1.5.
but it's not. Then it's not as you can't start like adding variables.
All right, don't worry, Tausch. Don't worry about that part. Just think about it this way.
What?
The Green Bay Packers have invested in Jordan Love, obviously, Christian Watson now, whether it's a value deal or not, he's there. Jaden Reed and Matthew Golden, right? Those are their guys in terms of passing the football. And in order for them to have maxed out success realistically this year, there's an argument that all of them need to multiply their stats by 1.5 now that Romeo Doubs is gone, Dontavian Wicks is gone. All these guys are no longer there. And that wide receiver room seems to be cleaned up relative, not that the other guys weren't good, but cleaned up relative to roles. Now they have to perform. And I think, and I know Tucker Kraft coming back obviously will be a big part of this, but if you just do the math, I think you'll see, those are good target numbers for these guys. But that's asking a lot of people. Like, I don't know, Tausch, what your coaches asked of you in terms of percentage better year over year. It probably wasn't 1.5 times better because that's an enormous amount.
Yeah, and you double things, and 1.5. I think we did a thing with Dan Kelly last week on receptions, touchdowns, et cetera, and yeah, I mean, we're looking at Jordan Love, 4,100 yards, I think is the Hard Rock Casino Rockford line on how many yards he's going to throw. He's going to need to be higher than that. So I guess to your point, all of those guys are going to need to be more productive. I don't necessarily think it'll have to be to that degree that you're saying, but no question. I mean, there's no doubt. Matthew Golden, I think, of everybody in that group, because of the injury factor with Tucker and Watson, if they just stay on their trajectory of what they averaged when they played, they're going to be fine. It's going to be Matthew Golden and Jaden Reed, and I think Matthew Golden's going to need to make the biggest jump if that offense is going to make the big jump.
So I don't have an answer to this, and I'm genuinely looking for your feedback on this, both of you. Why is it that me, and maybe other I'm not a Packers fan, but I'm not a hater by any stretch of imagination, but football fans, Packers fans, why is it that I felt so good about this team a year ago and so not as good a year later? What
Injuries.
Changed, do you think?
It's the injury factor.
Is that it?
No, it is. We don't know when Mike is. There's an uncertainty. There was no big splash off season. The fact that we hosted the draft, there was the buzz. We got the wide out. We ended up grabbing Micah Parsons. Everything was rolling. We started off and dominated a team that had kind of eaten our lunch in the opener, and everything looked like this defense was going to be, because we always just assume our offense is going to be good enough. It was always, can our defense? And with Jeff Hafley, now there's more uncertainty with when is Micah going to be back? What are we doing with the new defensive coordinator? Where are we at with our running game? We don't know about our O-line. There's more question marks now because of the injuries and because of some of the coordinator, and you have the kicking issue. You have a new kicker. There's just more uncertainty with this group than there was. This was even pre-Micah last year. That's what I would answer your question.
Okay, now you bring up an interesting point about the draft, and maybe it was that I was just like physically around there.
Well,
so
and your face was on a bus, and you have a
you
lot
were
of
at
ego.
the Washington game.
You got a lot of ego that you like
those
to face
first
too.
In fairness, Evan, the first two games, you were at one of them, but like you left feeling the way you felt about this team, and I think it was an accurate way to feel. I mean, again, I know I bring this up all the time, but like, yeah, they had some rough patches. They shouldn't have lost in Cleveland. They shouldn't have tied in Dallas. But they were sitting at 9-3-1 without Tucker Kraft going into Denver and were leading in the third quarter against the AFC's number one seed. Like, feeling good about that team last year was not in any way the wrong way to feel about them. But again, so much uncertainty was created by the way they finished the season that I totally get why you think the way you do now.
And did I bring up my 2027 draft conversation with you guys around the Packers last week? I can't remember now. I'm losing it a little bit.
If you're asking us to remember what you said, I can't remember what I said.
All right. I have okay, so then let me ask this question. How would this season be different, upcoming, for Jordan Love if the Green Bay Packers had their first-round pick of the 2027 draft, which is the most QB-heavy draft we've seen in years? Not that he would be replaced, but if he was just kind of fine again, would the Packers do what the Packers do, which is start the 3-year in advance clock, if in this draft with quarterbacks supposedly this good? Because I think the fact that they don't have their 2027 first-rounder, in a way, not that they're trying to get rid of Jordan Love, buys him some time, don't you think?
You think the Packers are even thinking about that right now?
No, I don't.
So what are you asking?
Tausch, would they think about it if everyone is right and this draft has like 5 or 6 first-round quarterbacks that are awesome, and Jordan Love just has an okay season where they don't win the division, they lose early in the playoffs, and just kind of has nothing on the top line of that resume. There's no MVP, there's no division, there's no Super Bowl. Would they do what the Packers do, which is draft a quarterback when they want one, not when they need one, based on the value coming out in the draft?
Only if they if they did that, that would be the end for Jordan Love. There would not be competition. That would be, we're moving on. If you're gonna, so no, I don't think the Packers even blinked about thinking about that at this point. No.
I understand that.
So I don't understand what you're asking then.
My point is, I'm really hungry. I'm trying to lose weight. Thank God the buffet that is across the street for me is closed today. Because if it was open, I'd be in trouble. That's my point.
Wow. That's a pretty good. You're the king of the analogy. What do you make of that analogy? Whether or not you agree with this premise, that's a pretty good analogy.
Sure. Not a bad analogy.
The quarterback buffet is not open for the Packers because they don't have a pick. And so there's no temptation to do that.
No, but I have a great cousin sub that I'm eating, and I'm walking out. I'm like, oh, this is filling me up. I'm good. I don't care that there's a big buffet over there. I got my sub, and I'm good.
All right. Well, that is good. I like cousin subs a lot. Turkey sandwiches from there, very good.
Okay.
All right, Evan, we have to talk about this with you because you have the wide-ranging perspective, but this has resonated with absolutely everyone who follows college athletics. The Sorby reinstatement by the judge yesterday.
It's a real sordid affair, am I right? No, it's pretty good. You don't have to, just because you guys know it's pretty good.
Reach. Well, his name isn't sordid, though. But you've got teams now saying they're not going to schedule Texas Tech. You got, like, there's also a little bit of holier-than-thou stuff going on.
I'm going to say this. Prove it that you're not going to actually do it.
Why? I don't understand. Why would you not schedule Texas Tech? Wouldn't you want to schedule Texas Tech? Because if you believe that Sorsby somehow is fixing games, he can't fix a game for the other team to lose. He can only fix the game for his team to lose. So wouldn't you want to schedule Texas Tech more?
Well, I think he's rehabbing, allegedly. I think he's rehabbing all that.
No, and I do, and I give him credit for treating and doing his best to treat an addiction and an illness that obviously nobody would sign up for. Period. Next sentence. The fact that he's allowed to play college football is utterly absurd.
Thank
because
you.
in theory, I'm a Texas Tech player. Okay? I'm a fringe player. I'm not an NFL guy. I know on a Wednesday that 5 of my guys are injured. 2 of my guys are going to be academically ineligible. We are going to be depleted to no ends. Am I not allowed to go and try to bet now? Oh, what's going to happen to me? I'm going to get suspended for 2 games? What do I care? Because I got a judge that can get me out of that. I could make hundreds of thousands of dollars to set me up for the rest of my life, or at least for the next however many years, because I ain't playing on Sundays. Like, that's not going to happen, but what they're saying is that's the trade-off.
How do you know that's not going to happen?
I don't know that that's not going to
Well,
happen.
you just said it's not going to happen.
What I'm saying is, okay, what I'm saying is I don't know that is going to happen. Let me rephrase. So I don't know that is going to happen, but what I do know is if that's all it takes for me to legally gamble on sports and make hundreds of thousands of dollars, and my penalty is I missed 2 games as a Texas Tech player, who cares?
Yeah, I'm taking the chance.
You guys could have a segment, I do know or no. What do you think of that?
Sounds awful, actually.
I think it's great. I think you're going to love that. Nuno? I do know? Yeah. There's something there.
That is not
It's a sordid affair.
That is not a good name for that segment.
No, it's good. I saw
Evan, have you found the response to be a little sanctimonious? Or do you think it's been appropriate?
You know what the response is I actually love the most to this whole Sorsby story? Did you see Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, former LSU great, who obviously had a really lengthy career in the NFL and totally changed his perception, right? Remember that guy was getting in trouble in college, and then every team wanted him to be their captain, and you realize oh, he was just a kid not doing he was doing whatever, but nothing that harmful. I thought his response was the best. I think I have 2 years of eligibility to judge in Louisiana to grant those for me. Because that's how stupid it is. But you know what? You might as well try if you're him. Who cares? Lane Kiffin will take him. I promise you that. If we're going to Tausch, do you have eligibility left?
No.
Good.
Well, let's find a judge.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but you know what? Go find a judge, Tausch. Although, you know what? I don't even know that you can be an offensive lineman anymore. I feel like you're a tight end these days. But the point that I'm making is, it's so stupid. It's so stupid that we can just break all these rules that are actually sensical and logical and just find judges or people to let us play. Now, not every NCAA rule, as we know, is sensical and logical. State of Wisconsin's own, may he rest in peace, Rick Majerus, I'm pretty sure got in trouble once, Jason, you may remember this, for paying for a flight home for one of his players, and the player's
Keith Van Horn
died.
Yeah, I think it was Keith Van Horn. Yeah, I think so.
A parent died. The young man did not have the money at the time to pay for the flight, and Majerus is like, your mother or father passed away. I will cover the $200 at the time to get you back to wherever it is. And he got in trouble for paying for a flight for a funeral of a family member.
I'm old enough to remember.
The NCAA is absurd.
I'm old enough to remember 23 players suspended for a shoe scandal.
Oh God, I remember it. What a hot night that was too. I was schwitzing going to the stadium that night.
Schwitzing. Yeah, it was. It was. Go ahead.
It's your show.
No, I was just going to tell you it was Keith Van Horn's father. I just wanted to confirm that for you.
Oh, okay. But that night, I remember, what was it, Central Michigan, Western Michigan? I want to say it was a Friday night game. It may have been early in August. It was in August, the shoebox game. And anyone who went to the shoebox got free gear. That was Steve Schmidt, I believe, right? That's his name?
Yes.
Who later owned the Madison Mallards for a little bit as well. I mean,
yes.
That was his marketing ploy. It was brilliant. It's like, in essence, you're going to buy a pair of $50 shoes, and I'm going to give you a T-shirt with it. Everyone got it. That was not impermissible benefits for football players. That was a benefit if you were breathing and you made a purchase at the store.
I don't think they just got T-shirts, but again, I would tend to agree that all those things look antiquated and ridiculous based on where we are today, right? The idea that Tracy Webster and Michael Finley would eat at various bars in town when they would have their specials, like 25-cent Tuesdays for tacos and whatever else, because that's all they could afford. And the training table was insufficient, and they didn't have enough money to buy other stuff. Like, that was real back then. And it obviously wouldn't be the case today. So, again,
Jason, the whole argument of, well, the NCAA and all these schools take gambling money from advertising partners. That doesn't mean the players should gamble. Like, as a company, we take endorsements or we take advertising money and have great partnerships with alcohol brands. That doesn't mean people should be drinking on the air. Like, that you can separate the two.
Right. I'm guessing that there is some shady stuff that other schools do. This is obviously very different because of the legal system being involved. But there were some, I was intrigued by some of the responses. Not honey badgers, but some of the coaches and athletic directors. I still feel like they were saying one thing.
Let me ask one question. If I may, on this Thorsby thing. So let me ask the question of the person that I think should be the AD of the University of Wisconsin. So, Tausch, if you were the AD at Texas Tech, all the NIL, big money around Thorsby, hottest free agent, transfer, etc., would you say to him, I'm sorry, I know you were ruled eligible. We're no longer interested in having you on the football team. We're more than happy to have you as a student. We're not kicking you out of school or anything like that. Just doesn't make sense for you to be on the football team right now. Would you allow him on the team if you were the AD?
No.
Good question.
That's where I think Texas Tech gets the knock. It's like, why? What are you doing here? Why are you like? Why is this worth it? For the 1 year, he's probably going to be there.
It's not worth it. It's not going to be worth it.
Great response. Tons of great energy from you on that response.
Oh, no. What do you want me to say? You asked me a yes or no question. Didn't you go to Big School J where you open-ended? I don't know why. If you're looking at this, the whole idea of not scheduling Texas Tech and all of that, all of that is just complete foolishness. Like, you're gonna, if you're scheduling games, you're gonna have to go and do it. But you always look at this, and this is the reality of sports. Is the juice worth the squeeze? There's guys that get treated differently and they get more runway to go and be a little bit whatever than other guys. And I don't know this dude. I mean, maybe he's some great quarterback. They're probably paying him $7 million. And the fact that he's went and did this when you know that's the cardinal sin of sports, it's time to go. That means your decision-making sucks, allegedly. And B, it's not like you're Dan Marino. So, no, he's out. He's gone. I don't know if I could have been more crystal clear, but since you wanted me to expand on it, that's what I would say.
I thought his second answer, Jason, was better than his first. Would you agree?
I would agree.
Much better.
And I think that's a good place to end it.
Good energy.
Evan,
hey, Evan,
thanks.
why on earth is baseball the only sport that it's fields or whatever dimensions you want? Oh, you know what? You want a 280-yard foul pull down the right field line. That's cute.
For years. I've thought that and it's like, all right, you know what? Hey, we got a lot of lefty hitters. Let's move the right field fence in. What? You can just do that? It's wild.
Yeah, I actually think in football,
had like a hill in the outfield.
Yeah, they got a big, a hill because
I like that hill.
You love the hill.
It's charming.
It's very charming. Yeah, I don't get why.
I have a question though. It's an important one.
Okay.
When we talk next week, will Giannis still be a member of the Milwaukee
When
Bucks?
is the draft?
June 23rd.
He will be traded that weekend before.
2 weeks from today.
I don't know whatever date
draft.
that is. 20th, 21st, something like that.
And as of now, where do you think he's going to go?
I hope it's not Miami, but it certainly feels like that's where he's going to strong-arm his way to go. And I don't like it.
Why do you hope it's not Miami?
I don't think we're going to get the haul back we need. I don't like Tyler Hero's nice. I mean, if they bring Tyler Hero in, I think we trade him. And what do you get for him? Tyler Hero's not
I don't think they would trade him right away.
Well, I don't know the answer to that, but that's why. You asked me why. I want young stud talent that I'm not paying bonko dollars to unless they're that guy. And I need to have 3, my own included, 3 first-round picks this year. That's what I need. Because we got to get this thing started.
Okay, you want Chet Holmgren.
Well, I would love to have Chet Holmgren, yes. He's
yeah,
a
that's not happening. But by the way, Tausch, you can do it. So here's how you can get it done.
All right.
If with Miami has a guy by the name of Khalil Ware, 7'1" center, physically built like Wemby, obviously not as tall, can shoot the three unbelievably well, amazing shot blocker, and he's a really good player when he's like playing like a lot, right? And he operates differently than most in terms of
Why did he not play a lot for Miami? Miami stunk this year.
I don't think you have to look at it that way. Miami's different in the way that they operate and how guys earn minutes. My point is this. Definitively, he could get you at least one first-rounder in the draft this year if you wanted to flip him upon arrival because of the fact that everyone is trying to Wembyize their defense, and he is actually a body type that would make sense guarding Wemby. So that's where, if you want to turn what you get into more by way of picks, he would enable you to do that.
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and listen to your Miami propaganda. I'm not interested.
How is that Miami propaganda?
Oh, he's a great player. He's Wemby-esque. He's not good enough to play for a bad Miami
this
team.
Guy you've never
but
heard
he's
of is
Wemby-esque.
so good.
Yeah, okay, Evan. Sure.
You mean Tausch?
Yeah.
Let me explain something to you.
Don't you have to go to L.A.?
Yeah, in a second. If I was Milwaukee, there are two teams that I would target, and Miami's not one of them.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
It would be Golden State.
They're not going to give us
Lane.
Steph. Come on. They're not giving us Steph.
Steph?
Yeah.
Steph. Oh, yeah, you might. And then the other one is Orlando. He's the Jared Verse. Brian Windhorst has said, keep an eye on the Myles Garrett Jared Verse trade because that's what Jimmy Haslam did in terms of that, right? The young up-and-coming guy who could become the other guy, that's Paolo Banchero. That's your deal. The deal that I've been saying all along. Orlando. Now, you're not getting the picks, but you would have a face of the franchise.
No, we're also getting picks. We also want picks. We're not just going straight up for Orlando.
Well, they don't have them because they gave them for Desmond Bain.
Well, then, tough luck.
Evan, thanks.
Cool. So, all right, bye.
Bain.
All right, I'm going to go hear what Matt LaFleur has to say. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Beautiful day for Brewers baseball. Brats in one hand, your Brewers checking card from Associated Bank is in the other. And with a tap, it's 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. An express entry so you can tailgate longer. And up to 50% off home game tickets. All that power, all for the crew. Only with Brewers checking from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Allis.
At Big Fish Contracting, we want every home project to be a good story worth sharing. That's why we as a team aim to exceed your expectations. We can improve any aspect of your home. Everything from a complex remodel to the essential roof, gutters, siding, and windows. Integrity, humility, and kindness are why we've grown in southeastern Wisconsin for the last 2 decades. Visit BigFishContracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
I can't raise my arms, I can't kneel down, which means I can't play with the kids, golf with the guys, or get through a workday without exhausting pain. Hey, it's Ben Brust, and I'm here to celebrate what you can do. And that's exactly what QC Kinetics patients are doing. Not bracing for the next jolt of pain, it's gone. they've moved on back to living their lives. You've heard me talk about Dr. Caravelli and her team at QC Kinetics, and so many of you have been through their game-changing regenerative treatments done right in the office. No missing work, no surgery, no long recovery, the pains back off. And we love hearing from you, how we here at ESPN Milwaukee helped you dig out from under that long list of can'ts and get back to living your best life. Go find out what you can do. It's a good life out there, folks. Go live it to the fullest. Get rid of that pain starting now. The consultation's totally free to see if you're a good candidate. Weekend appointments are available. Call 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel here for Events by Design. You want people to actually show up for your community event, charity gala, or nonprofit fundraiser while making a memorable impression on them. Events by Design turns those moments into meaningful experiences that engage your audience and bring your mission to life. They manage everything: designing, planning, production. No stress, no loose ends. Just an experience your guests remember, exponentially benefiting your cause. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
Calling all Badger fans. Wisconsin men's hockey powered its way to the NCAA National Championship game this spring, and that same relentless drive is headed back to the Kohl Center this fall. Now's the time to get in. Secure your 2026-27 season tickets today and be part of a program powered by Badger Pride. The next chapter starts in Madison with you. Visit uwbadgers.com or call 1-800-GO-BADGERS to lock in your seats today. On Wisconsin.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855 Pella WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Wilde Tausch continues. Jesse and Tausch for the time being. Jason Wilde on his way down to Matt LaFleur's press conference before mandatory minicamp practice number 1 up in Green Bay. Jason will rejoin the show in a little while here, and he'll share for the second half of our show this morning insights and observations from Green Bay as the Packers get out onto the practice field. I'm sure it'll be riveting, important information that he shares from this practice this morning, because that's how he framed it last year for us, and I'm sure it'll be more of the same here this year. So thanks to Jason for heading over to Matt LaFleur's press conference. Thanks to Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio for joining us. Tausch covered a lot of ground there with Evan. The Giannis thing is intriguing. Is there any way, what I want most is for the Bucks to be able to scare Oklahoma City into feeling like they need Giannis to go against Wemby? Because I think the best haul that the Bucks could get is from Oklahoma City. Is there any chance, NBA enthusiast as you are, that the Bucks could get that done?
It certainly doesn't feel that way. And I know Evan, who obviously is dialed in with Windy and some of the other guys that are on his show a bunch, doesn't feel that way. I would think, especially the way they lost and the way Chet kind of wilted, that felt like that would be a move. Giannis is not going to wilt defensively. Now, as far as scoring and offensively, it would put a lot of pressure on Wemby to guard someone as physical and as long as Giannis. So I think it would be a really good fit. I don't say never on that yet. I still believe the best haul that the Bucks could get is someone like Chet, who I know people are going to say he got punked and all the other stuff, and I can't argue. Still pretty good. And we're not in the championship chasing business right now. We're going to be in the interesting business and trying to build some young core players. I think Chet could be a nice piece to start along with that haul of draft picks that they still have from all of those trades. So that would be interesting. They also have some young talent. Their team is so deep that I think there's other players that you could package. So I'm not going to say there's no chance, but every time I bring that up with Evan, it gets dismissed pretty quickly. So all signs are pointing, and the problem with this scenario is that Giannis controls a lot of cards, and the fact that if he doesn't want to go to that place, he doesn't have to. He's got 1 year left. He could say, I'm not signing an extension. You're going to give up all that for maybe a year with me? I think that's a really tough ask for the teams that are looking to trade for Giannis. If they don't get those assurances he's going to sign that Supermax, are you really going to give up the kind of haul that the Milwaukee Bucks are going to be looking for him? The answer is probably no.
If you missed any of the conversation with Evan Cohen, you can find it on the ESPN Wisconsin app or go back on the ESPN Milwaukee and the ESPN Madison YouTube channels. Before we proceed into the 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch, it is our 10th anniversary presented by Steinhoffels, and it is Tuesday, which means it is once again your chance to win a $500 gift card from Steinhoffels as part of the Steinhoffels Sleepers of the last 10 years.
All right, sleepyheads, wakey.
We'll have less sleep and we'll be grumpy.
Rise and shine. It's this week's Steinhoffels Sleeper of the last 10 years.
That's right, your chance to win a $500 Steinhoffels gift card if you can identify the player with the clue that we have shared on our Wilde and Tausch social media platforms, and you'll see it now if you're watching along with us on our live video stream. Your clue is this. This defensive lineman spent 4 seasons in Green Bay, including making 10 starts in 2019, and when discussing him on Wilde and Tausch, Homer famously said, "I don't know anything about him, but I like everything about him."
I think it was a linebacker. I don't think
he is listed as a defensive lineman.
Pretty sure he was a linebacker.
Pro Football Reference lists him as a defensive lineman, and from what I have seen from the guesses rolling in on the Carbless ESPN Wisconsin Talking text line, people will know exactly who we're talking about. If you know, you know.
I'm 95% certain, and maybe he said this about 2 players. I know who you're talking about with the Homer quote because it was such a great quote, and I am 95% sure he was a linebacker.
Well, he is, again, listed as a defensive lineman.
I know he could be listed as that. I'm telling you, he played linebacker for Green Bay, though.
So if you know the answer, text it to 844-770-3776 before. I don't know what you're signaling to me.
Well, I'm not going to give it away on air.
Well, then don't say it.
I'm not saying anything.
We have commercial breaks. Just ask me during the commercial break. Text it to me.
If I know what number this guy was, then I know for certain it was a linebacker.
I believe what you were signaling to me is correct.
So then I am correct and you're wrong.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm just going by what the most reliable source online has for what it lists his position at. He stopped playing a couple of years ago. He's no longer in the league, to my knowledge.
I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
In this instance, I think I'm the more reliable source. And I don't always say that. I don't.
If you know who the player is, before 12 p.m. Central Time today, text the answer to 844-770-3776. You got to text it, you got to spell it right, and you got to text it to the right place.
Just wait, so if you spell it one letter off, you don't get it?
You're not going to be eligible to win because the way we do this, you got to spell it correctly, first and last name. Text it in, 844-770-3776. Steinhoffels Sleepers of the last 10 years on Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Steinhoffels. Sleep better with Beauty Rest at Steinhoffels. Test Rest, a Beauty Rest Black. Get a $20 gas card. Shop in-store or at steinhoffels.com. We will reveal who the player is at the end of today's show. Power Rankings Tuesday, while Jason attends Matt LaFleur's press conference and gets situated on the sidelines for Packers' mandatory minicamp practice up in Green Bay. That's coming up next to kick off the official start of the 10 o'clock hour in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling, trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
Some companies build projects. At Professional Construction, Inc., we build relationships.
That means showing up early, taking pride in the details, and having each other's backs, on and off the job site.
We're looking for skilled carpenters who really care about their craft and want to be part of a team.
Not just another paycheck, but a place where the people you work with actually matter.
If you work hard, take pride in what you build, and want to join a tight-knit crew, then we'd love to meet you.
Apply today at professionalconstructioninc.com.
We are the home for all your Bucks coverage. 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Time now for headlines as we predict what will happen on Sunday as the Packers take on the Vikings at Lambeau Field.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at ESPN Milwaukee.
I'm going to say kissing cousins, pack bikes tie.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
He missed it again! And will end this crazy game in a tie. Oh, my goodness.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Hour of Wilde and Tausch. It's Jesse and Tausch for the
you
time
know how
being.
to step in it. I think, and we love Steinhoffels. They have been a partner from the jump. We're so excited about them celebrating 10 years with us. A great Wisconsin company forever. I'm pretty sure the person that Homer spoke that quote about, because I've used that quote because it's in the 10 years maybe one of my all-time favorite
It is
quotes.
one of the greatest quotes ever uttered on our show.
I think you got this wrong.
And I don't think I do, and I don't think our fans think I do because of the amount of people who are texting in about this player.
Yeah, but you're kind of stuffing it down by saying defensive lineman, 4 seasons, 10 starts. Like, that's the quote I believe you're accrediting is to the wrong player.
I don't think so. I believe I have this right.
Well, I'm going to put Tony TC is, I think, going to go on this because
you're going to have him go back to 2019 or whatever this was said.
Because Homer's not going to remember the quote. I know that for certain.
Oh, I think he will. I don't think he'll remember who he said it about.
Well, that's my point.
Yeah.
He'll remember that quote, but I think you got this wrong.
Well, I appreciate you having my back here. That's very
well,
nice.
I'm just trying to be
real
listen,
team effort around here on
Wilde
and Tausch.
What do you want me to do, lie?
Yeah, I'd like for you to lie. I'd like for you to say, I understand that maybe I remember this a little differently, but I'm going to be on board with this, and we'll figure it out afterwards.
I haven't rubber stamped this as like I'm 100% right. I feel very confident that I'm right. And I'm very confident that you're wrong, but I'm not rubber stamping it and saying it's 100%.
When you got in the huddle as a professional football player for a decade and a play call came in and you heard it, did you instantly go, ooh, I don't know about that one? Or did you say, all right, we'll do it. I don't know if it's going to be our best play, but we're going to go out and run it.
When we're going through and there's some conceptual things that I don't think are accurate, I made sure to point those out. Yes. We had a play where we would – if the defensive lineman crossed my face, they wanted me to pass that off. And then if the one linebacker came, it was opposite of everything we did from a foundational standpoint. It was if this guy crossed my face, I stuck with him on this protection. Well, what we needed to do then was adjust because people started scheming to do that because they knew that was our protection. So we had to make an adjustment. And I thought, this is kind of crazy because you could easily just have the guard stay in there. I could pass that off and do it. Instead, I would take that, and then the guard would belly out. I didn't think that was the best use of what we were doing. So instead of me just sitting there saying, oh, shucks, well, that's what they want, you have the conversation. The coaches make the final call. That doesn't mean they're always right. And by the way, coaches like having input from players. You should want this input from me.
I went back and I looked at different sleepers. Again, this is all in the spirit of the Steinhoffel sleepers of the last 10 years. So we go back, we find players over the 10 years of this show that have been selected as Steinhoffel sleepers of the week. This
and
player,
by the way, you're putting in good effort, and this would have been easy. If you don't add that quote, there's no question that this is right, what you're saying.
But if I don't add the quote, then the clue becomes a lot more ominous, and you'd have to try and figure out who this is by some other different type of
But when
factor.
you give a quote like this and it's not attributed to the right person, that makes it very muddy.
But you're only basing this on what you think it is.
No,
I'm very confident that this is the player that this quote was said about. I
don't think you're that confident.
I was 100% confident coming into this, and I am now 98% confident, but I'm still very, very, very confident.
If you're wrong, what's the punishment?
I don't know. What do you want my punishment to be if I'm wrong?
I don't want to get crazy, but I think you have to end up doing what you owe Brush Jet.
Washing a car.
In your Speedo.
No, that was never even part of the agreement with Bruss.
That was thing with Bruss
no,
was. That's
he
what you
made
need
that
to
part
do.
of it after he won. That wasn't even part of it going into this. No, I'm not washing
All right,
more. I'm
you
not
don't have
washing
to.
more cars in less attire than anyone wants to see me in.
That's fair.
No. 844-770-3776. Again, your way to text your guess for the Steinhoffel sleeper of the last 10 years with a very accurate clue, which is being shared, again, on our Wilde and Tausch social media platforms and here on our video stream on our YouTube channels and on Twitter and Facebook. Text in your guess. I'm sure you're going to get it right because everybody knows who's been around what player we're talking about.
When Jason comes back from his outdoor interview, and I use that air quotes, of Matt LaFleur, is he going to agree with me or agree with you?
I think he's going to agree with me because I believe I'm right. And I think he'll remember, and I'll be right.
All right.
Time now for trivia. We have totally blown past the really fun Power Rankings Tuesday that I wanted to do. Maybe we'll do it when Jason joins us from practice because, as he said last year, nothing really happens at these practices, so there may not be a ton for him to share with us. So we'll save Power Rankings for a later point in the show. Time now for trivia. It is presented by Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf. 844-770-3776 is your number to get in to play Wilde and Tausch Trivia. 844-770-3776. Caller number 8 to play trivia. Today's category, Oakland, Sacramento, or Las Vegas, in honor of the Athletics. 844-770-3776. Oakland, Sacramento, or Las Vegas. Caller 8 right now plays trivia. 844-770-3776. Wilde and Tausch Trivia coming up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary. Presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, and by Events by Design.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
No matter what business you're in, as the #1 SBA lender in Wisconsin, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions.
Awarded the #1 SBA lender by the Small Business Administration of Wisconsin in 2025.
Make plans for Wednesday Night Live, presented by Beatbox at the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park this Wednesday. You won't want to miss it. Get ready for an epic night of free live music featuring 80s rock favorites Cherry Pie. Gates open at 6. Live music starts at 7. Wednesday with Cherry Pie.
Your local bar could be your ticket to a global stage. Michelob Ultra Soccer Shootout is giving fans the chance to win tickets to the FIFA World Cup 26 at Zocalo, starting at 4 p.m. on Thursday, June 11th. Also enjoy Michelob Ultra at Maxwell Cedarburg, Potawatomi, and Spanky's Waterford. Your neighborhood, your shot at the world's biggest game. Play for the chance to witness history. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21+. Void where prohibited.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed.
Mamma mia!
Screamin' Sicilian, so loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
$998 buys you a magnificent diamond solitaire engagement ring at Kessler's.
A solid gold mounting shows off a big, beautiful diamond, 3/4 of a carat.
Glitter, twinkle, sparkle.
This is the definitive diamond solitaire engagement ring.
You can choose a round diamond, radiant, marquise, or oval.
3/4 of a carat. Any shape you want.
Any color of gold you want.
A 1-carat solitaire is just $1,498.
Ask to see the Evermore engagement rings at Kessler's.
You're going to be ecstatic about the color, clarity, and cut of your diamond.
Evermore.
Each of these diamonds was lovingly created in the heart of a miniature star.
Your diamond will remain.
Evermore.
Your diamond was born about the time you fell in love.
You will be in love.
Evermore.
Your diamond has been waiting patiently for you to see it, love it, and choose it.
Don't keep it waiting. Come to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Fans in the YouTube comments, the dwellers as I affectionately call them, have noticed that you appear to be a little confrontational today.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
So I'm going to take all of your critique of our Steinhoffel Sleeper of the Last 10-Year contest with a little bit of a grain of salt, because you were getting after the Athletics at the start of the show for the dimensions of their baby stadium. You were getting after Evan a little bit. You're getting after Jason.
I was getting after Evan.
Yeah,
Evan said I had a low energy response.
I feel like I'm just
to a closed question. You don't ask closed questions. You know that.
Jason will rejoin the show shortly after Matt LaFleur speaks in front of the hedges out at Packers mandatory minicamp practice this morning. Jason's scheduled to appear with us again coming up next in Green Bay. In the meantime, it is time to play Wilde and Tausch Trivia, presented by Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Vortex Golf, rangefinders you can bet on, and by Cousin Subs. Have a grad to celebrate? Purchase $30 in Cousin Subs gift cards and receive a free 7.5-inch sub. Cousin Subs, they believe in better.
And it's a good day for Jason to not be here for Wilde and Tausch Trivia, because look who's back. Mike the Wedding DJ.
No.
Yeah. Sure is. Good morning, Mike. How you doing?
Good morning, Jesse. Good morning, Tausch.
Good morning.
Mike, is there anything you'd like to say addressing how last week's interaction went on this show?
Testy,
Yeah, speaking of people who were a little grumpy, it seemed like things did not go particularly pleasantly when you were with us last week. Anything you'd like to say on that front while Jason's not here?
I tried to make a joke about Homer's salary being as big as Watson's new contract. It fell flat. Jason took it the wrong way. Jesse, you know I had no problem waiting on hold because of the breaking news and because of Homer the GOAT. I had no problem waiting for you to call me back. So I don't have a beef with Jason. He's got a beef with me. He thinks
definitely has
he's a
beef
moron.
with you.
I don't think he's a moron.
He's definitely got a beef with you. There's no doubt.
Well,
That's not a bad
beef's
thing. A little
one-sided. I don't have a
conflict
beef
is
with
good.
him.
That's what Mike McCarthy always says.
Conflict is good, yeah. You can disagree without being disagreeable. The trivia category for you this morning, Mike the Wedding DJ, in honor of the Brewers facing the Athletics, Oakland, Sacramento, or Las Vegas.
Boy, I think he's going to answer all of these without the choices because he knows all the choices.
He knows, yeah. Mike's, and he's a baseball
He's
guy.
very good,
I
too.
think he is part of our Trivia Tournament of Champions, which kicks off this Thursday. Mike, question number 1 is this. Which of these cities has most recently been the official location listed in the name of the Athletics franchise? Oakland, Sacramento, or Las Vegas?
Well, officially it's Sacramento. B.
No.
What?
Really?
That's wrong.
I thought it was Oakland also.
No.
Oh, no, it is Oakland.
It's Oakland.
Yeah.
Mike said Sacramento. They have never changed their name to be the Sacramento Athletics. They have been playing their home games in Sacramento, but they have only called themselves the Athletics during that tenure. They have most recently been known as the Oakland Athletics.
That's a tricky question. For question 1, Mike, I would put a steward's inquiry.
Nice job,
on that.
Jesse.
That was tricky.
Hey, Jesse got me.
I thought you were going to... Mike, you're a baseball guy. I thought you were going to
got.
easily come away with that
All
one.
right. Which of these cities does not have a professional sports team with a nickname that is also the name of a playing card? Interesting. Is it Oakland, Sacramento, or Las Vegas?
Of a playing. Oh, okay. So you've got the Sacramento Kings. You've got the Las Vegas Aces. So it's the other one.
There you go, Mike. There, he's back.
He's back.
Back on the train. Oh, that was a fun question.
Jason is
was
texting.
a
He's
good one.
pulling for you. He is all in on you being successful here, Mike. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He was celebrating Jesse's tricking me on the first.
I think you might
sure
be right.
he was. Question number 3, Mike the Wedding DJ. According to... Tausch is going to probably second guess this one, too, because it involved me doing research. According to official U.S. Census estimates for 2025, census.gov, where this information was pulled from last night, which of these cities is estimated to have the largest current population? Oakland, Sacramento, or Las Vegas? Which city has estimated, according to the U.S. Census, to have currently the largest population in 2026?
Okay. I would think because there's so many... You would think Vegas would be the answer, but I think it's a trick question. I'm going to go with Sacramento. I know it's not Oakland. I know it's
I would have guessed Sacramento, too. And I would have been wrong with Mike.
Just go with your gut, Mike. Vegas. Vegas, the largest of the 3. Vegas, the
Nice job,
largest.
Jesse. You got me in 2.
Sacramento, the second largest. And Oakland, actually, the smallest estimated population of those 3 cities for the 2026 year, according to the U.S. Census. Mike, that did not go as well as any of us thought it would.
Well, Jason's happy, though.
Jason is happy. He's ready to peak for the Tournament of Champions, though, too. I think this
saving
is like
it.
his lead-in.
He's saving it. Mike, you got one.
The guy last week only had one entry, so and he
right.
won.
All you need is one, and you got two. You got one question right, two of the possible 4 entries into the drawing for our Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf prize pack at the end of this week. Mike the Wedding DJ, especially without Jason here, always a pleasure. Our friend, thank you.
Love you guys, even you, Jason.
I love you guys.
I got a hunch that feeling's probably not mutual, but I could be wrong.
Scheduled to return to the show coming up next. Jason Wilde live in Green Bay. Matt LaFleur's press conference wrapping up by the hedges, which means that mandatory minicamp practice is about to get underway. Jason hosting the show live in Green Bay as the Packers get to their first minicamp practice of this summer. He is scheduled to return coming up next on Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
1896, Horicon Bank first opened its doors. Wisconsin wasn't even 50 years old.
We've maintained our roots over the years and yet expanded.
We empower our people to invest in the community. We give them 40 hours of volunteer time.
We're doing it with a personal touch, with a desire to say yes to our customers.
You shouldn't have to work with a bank that sends their profits to New York City or Toronto. You can keep your money here and it benefits Wisconsin.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
The last weekend in June, experience the excitement as the Epson Tour's rising stars compete in the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass, the ultimate fan-friendly golf event with great views and chances to meet the next generation of LPGA players. Tickets are $10 and kids get in free. June 26th through the 28th, the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass. For tournament details and to explore our premier golf destination, visit islandresortgolf.com today.
Homer here for Window Nation. If your air conditioner never seems to turn off, worn out windows could be the culprit. Broken seals and old frames let your cool air escape, and with summer just getting started, it's only going to get hotter. Upgrade your home's windows now during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Imagine replacing all your windows and getting half of them free. Plus, you could even get them with no money down and no monthly payment or interest for 2 years. And as a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, book a consultation and ask how you could score a pair of Brewers tickets. Built with top quality materials, insulated glass, and precision seals, Window Nation's windows fit perfectly and lock in the air. Upgrade today and your home will stay cooler this summer and warmer when winter comes. Your home stays comfortable year-round, and you could even see lower energy bills the first month. Don't wait to put an end to your window problem. Save big with Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale going on now. Sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com. Window Nation, proud partner of Wounded Warrior Project.
Selling your home is more than putting a sign in the yard. It's about having the right team beside you. I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams. We help relieve unnecessary stress with our team's expert listing process, strong negotiation skills, and fast, clear communication. Our white glove service experience is provided at every price point and every step of the way. Start your home journey today by searching online, Tony Wendorf. Tony Wendorf & Associates, a real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
When your team needs custom gear, don't wing it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and More is your local partner for high-quality apparel with hands-on design help and services that actually feel, well, helpful. For your business, teams, or events, Big Frog makes it easy. Visit bigfrog.com/Mequon today.
One of the most important concepts in sports is don't drop the ball. Are you dropping the ball with your estate plan? When was it last updated? Have you even done one at all? ESPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde for Walney Legal Group. There's a lot at stake for you and your family when it comes to wills, trusts, probate, and elder planning. At Walney Legal, that's all they do. Tailored documents. No confusing legal jargon. Just thoughtful guidance. Do the blocking and tackling to protect your family. Start a conversation today at walneylegal.com.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855 Pella WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Wilde and Tausch back with you. Sounded like trivia. The contestant did not get 2 of the 3 questions right, meaning he has 2 of the possible 4 entries into this week's drawing. But we wish him the best. Meanwhile, Matt LaFleur addressing reporters outside the Don Hutson Center. Very excited, as you might imagine, about getting Christian Watson's deal done and keeping him in the fold. Matt LaFleur saying how excited he was when he got the news. Tausch, what else is he going to say? I kind of think we overpaid him a little bit. I'm not sure that he's worth what we paid him.
No, I think these guys all are on the same page with guys that they're going to pay big money to and pay. And I think they all realize that Christian Watson's a really good talent, and he makes this offense different. He puts a lot of pressure on a defense, and to secure him and to know that he's going to be one of your guys for a long time, for at least 2 or 3 years. Again, he signed a 4-year deal, 5-year commitment. We don't know how that all shakes out. And this is always one of the things that I think is fun, is when the guys hear that, they celebrate, that you can kind of get a vibe of where someone's at within that locker room. And I'm guessing everybody in that locker room, even the receivers, are all looking at and saying kudos and congrats to Christian Watson, because he's been through it. He's grinded through injuries. He's found a way to continue to be productive when he plays, and you want to see those guys get rewarded. It's a good story all in all.
Well, and I thought the phrase that stuck out to me, and I think to others, was when he said he embodies what we're all about. Tausch, you obviously, having played 11 years, and frankly, having been the kind of guy that I'm sure James Campen and Matt and Mike McCarthy and Mike Sherman would have said that about you as well. Like, look, you got to play, and you got to play at a high level. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a great teammate and a great leader and a great this and a great that, if you're a crummy player, right? But when you have someone who's like that and, as you just said, changes the dynamic of the offense when he's on the field, how valuable is that kind of guy to have, who can make big plays and be productive when he's healthy, but more importantly, or as importantly, be that guy in the locker room? I always go back to, he was the only guy who publicly took a supportive stance of Romeo Doubs, which was the much harder position to take, right? I mean, there were a lot of people that were really ticked off at him for not coming to work that week leading into the LA game a couple of years ago. And Watson was the only one who stepped out in front and took the opposite position. And to me, that's leadership. When you think about guys who were like that, who were guys that you think of during your playing career, and how much value do those guys have beyond what they do in terms of actual production?
You want to get really good football players that care. And I think, there's a big thing, the Packer folks and Packer people, because all of this stuff is important. We all get money is what drives everything. I understand that. That is 100% true. But in respect to all of the other things, show up on time, care about your teammates, care about what is going on. It can't just be, well, I got mine and I'm going to go home. It has to mean more. And I think those are the guys that you want leading your locker room, because that rubs off on other players. That model is then set in stone for everybody else to live up to. And that's why you need your best players to work harder, to be in the building more, to be watching extra film, to do all those things, and to be bringing the energy and the right mojo into your locker room. Those are the guys that will stick around a little bit longer, that maybe otherwise would have been let go. Those guys set your culture and set the direction of where you want to be as a football team, and that's why coaches like them, they trust them, and that's why they stick around a little bit longer, is because they help you win. And obviously the Packers view Christian Watson that way.
If you have enough of those guys, can you absorb some guys that aren't that way?
Yes.
Like you're going to, like, not everyone's going to be that way, right?
And you don't want everybody. By the way, you want to have, and I know when we talk about the 96 team, you want to have some characters, because nobody's going to watch a sitcom with just a bunch of fudder-dudders or a bunch of yes men and a bunch of just, Opie Taylors. You need to have a Barney Fife. You need to have an Otis the Drunk. Like, if you're going to have a great show and you're going to have a great football team, you need to have some characters. I want to have guys that are a little bit loose and like, oh my gosh, what? It can't just be all about. You got to have a little bit of flavor. Vanilla ice cream's great. I love salty cow. There's times you need to mix it in a little bit. It can't just be the same thing. Now, you want to have your core, and you want to have your base. But, yes, you need to have characters. You need to have different personalities to bring it all together. And you have to have that group that knows when it's the right time to do it and when it's not. And that's where your core players usually kind of fill it in.
The Packers are done with their stretch inside the Don Hudson Center. They have adjourned to the Ray Nitschke practice field for their first of 3 scheduled. I don't think they're going to take the third day off and do a team bonding thing. I know they played laser tag earlier in the offseason program, but maybe they will. But I think we're going to have 3 practices this week. Matt LaFleur had said last week that he wanted us to mimic a typical in-season week, where today, even though today's Tuesday, it's like a Wednesday during a regular week. So go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday as if they're Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Also, they play on 5 different weekdays out of 7. So he wants to do that as well, trying to get guys acclimated to different things. I want to talk a little bit about some of the other things he discussed, including, I did ask him how exactly you practice finishing. And I'm still not sure I understand what exactly he views as practicing finishing, but he still thinks that's a very important thing to emphasize. We'll get into all that coming up. Want to remind you that if you haven't been listening to Bucks Plus on the Bucks Audio Network and Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant, the one that's narrated by Charlie Behrens, that's up right now, is actually really interesting. In the 80s, I was a kid growing up in Milwaukee. I remember when the Bucks took on the Soviet Union and they had the tournament at the Mecca. Like, it's a pretty cool thing to listen to. And if you haven't tuned in, you can do that now on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, which you can find on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, or wherever you get your podcast. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yingling Legends Line. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yingling Legends Line.
Brian Braun, I appreciate you joining us here on Kyle and Bruss.
But we just wanted to have fun. You know, baseball's a game of failure and adversity. It's such a long season. You want to find ways to enjoy the success when you have good moments.
The Yingling Legends Line. Crack open a Yingling lager and raise a toast to an American tradition. D.G. Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. responsibly.
Your grill just got an upgrade, and it's right down the road.
Burn Pit BBQ is now available at Walmart.
That means no waiting, no guessing. Just grab it, fire up the grill, and get to work.
We're talking premium rubs, sauces, and seasonings made for real flavor and real results.
Every single time you cook.
Whether it's a quick weeknight dinner or a full weekend cookout with friends and family, Burn Pit BBQ helps you bring bold, consistent flavor to every bite.
Head to your local Walmart and find Burn Pit BBQ today, right in your neighborhood.
Because better BBQ should be easy to get and even easier to enjoy.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss talking about our great friends at Road America, America's national park of speed. Turn your day into an experience at Road America. Conveniently located in between Madison, Milwaukee, and Green Bay, this legendary track offers more than just racing. Walk the grounds, explore every corner, and watch the action from wherever you want. Kids 16 and under get you in free with a paying adult at the gate and camp on site all weekend long. IndyCar is must-see and is coming up on June 18th through the 21st. Great food, great views, and non-stop action. Road America, where racing meets outdoors. Check out roadamerica.com to get tickets.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. We've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Do you owe back taxes or have unfiled tax returns? The IRS won't quit until they get your money. Here's great news, fresh from those in the know. Major changes have happened at the IRS. If you owe more than $10,000, you may be eligible for a 99% reduction of what you owe. Haven't filed a return for a while? Their happy clients are talking.
The IRS was going to levy my bank account, but Guardian was able to prevent that and fix all my IRS issues. Thanks again, Guardian Tax.
Need relief from crushing tax debt? The IRS now has special programs. Guardian Tax knows all about them. Personal or business, this is the fresh new break you've been hoping for.
We aren't the company you call when you need a hug because you're scared of the IRS. Guardian Tax is the company that wins when you need it most.
Guardian Tax Service is really great to work with. They really help me out. I'd recommend them highly.
Call now for a free confidential consultation. 800-505-3931. 800-505-3931. 800-505-3931.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Packers going through their first minicamp practice of what is scheduled to be 3 minicamp practices. Now, we talked to Goody. We talked to LaFleur before this practice. Still doing this outside thing, which is an interesting deal. We got some construction going on Armed Forces Way again, which is nice. But if there's one thing this offseason that I've been perplexed by, and you're the one who played the NFL for 11 years, so I will defer to you. We've talked all the time.
Jonathan Gannon's introductory press conference.
That was the delay there. Matt LaFleur did say the offense is ahead of the defense, which is what you would expect considering that one side of the ball is getting a new system and a new coordinator. But this idea of finishing games, and LaFleur's brought it up a bunch, as you always have taught me, Tausch. If you hear players talking about it, you know that the messaging is getting through. I am here to tell you that messaging has definitely gotten through, because I heard a lot of it in the locker room last Tuesday and Wednesday. Players talking about, we're focused on finishing. So the messaging is getting through. My question is, and this is the question I asked Matt LaFleur, how exactly do you practice finishing? Like, how do you? And he kind of went into this thing about it's a mentality, and it's a every rep you're finishing that rep. And then he said they're gonna do a call it move the ball period here today during this practice, which will be 11 on 11, where they, it's kind of like a training camp practice where it'll function like it's not scripted. And then he said, really in training camp, where we'll see more of this practicing finishing. Is this just, we know we sucked at it, so we need to say that we need to be better at it? I still don't think I understand what exactly you can do to get better at that specific thing, other than maybe have your closer enter Sandman back on the field and healthy to close out games the way he was doing for you the first 12 weeks.
It's pretty simple. You go about finishing every drill. You finish everything that you're doing and just continue to pound that mantra in. And if I think one of the things you always look at is 2-minute drills. You can also do 4-minute drills. You finish every practice with a finishing drill, with something that will get in the mentality of, we're going to finish practice strong. It's not going to be a special teams where everybody's standing around, or you're going to look at it from a punch the ball out. You want to create turnovers. You do all those drills. Now you're going to focus, and I think make it competitive and make it where somebody wins and loses, and there's a punishment with it. Just continue to pound into the guys' heads that you have to finish every drill. And these moments at the end of practice, I think the best way to do it is 4-minute offense, 2-minute where it's offense, defense, and you have a winner and a loser to it. I think that is one of the ways that you do it. There's also, if you're going to do special teams, making kicks. You have to block a kick. All of that is kind of just getting the mentality of, we have to get better. You always will. The goal of coaching is, when you're emphasizing something, you get those results. Because you can't, and that, to me, we saw how the Green Bay Packers finished the season. We saw how they finished the playoff game, and those things aren't acceptable. So you can't just sit there and say, it can't just be about words. It has to be about putting it out on, taking it from the paper and putting it on the field, and then letting those drills continue to pound into these guys' heads, so that when they're flashing the 4 sign up for fourth quarter and for finishing, it's that you get back to that muscle memory. That would be how I would describe it.
So it really is a mentality. Then do you feel like they lacked that mentality last year? Like, I don't know, who do we blame for the way they finished that game against Cleveland early in the season? Right? Like, who's like
Matt LaFleur.
Jordan Love throws a pass he shouldn't have
Matt
thrown.
LaFleur. That was
right.
You didn't trust that you could run the football and get a first down, and you didn't trust that your defense would hold up and make a play. You always want to put the gas down. You want to go, but Cleveland's offense stunk that day. You have your defense ready to go out. All they had to do is punt the football, shut it down, and you're going to win that football game. They didn't. So that also goes to coaching and how you approach it.
Right.
Last year, you just needed someone to make a play, get a first down. You can't go 3 and out that many times in the second half. That puts, everybody can say the defense gave up 25 points. Well, the defense continued to have to go out on the field. This is a complementary game. And for the offense to, struggle as badly as it did in that half, obviously dictated how the defense was going to go about its business, and then they're getting tired, and then the Bears' offense gets into a rhythm and a flow, and it gets to be a lot harder to slow that momentum train down. Everybody has to hold up their end of the donkey on that, and when nobody does, that's when you collapse and you lose games, and so everybody has to share in it because it's not just go pick up 2 first downs. It can also be, well, go make a play on defense, and that's why I always fought the overtime rules for so long, because it's not just, well, it's not fair, it's not this. Football is inherently a game where everybody needs to chip in and do their side of it. Some weeks it's going to be easier to do than others. It's a heck of a lot easier for the Packers defense to shut down the Cleveland Browns than it would be the Dallas Cowboys. Mm-hmm. And we saw that in, back-to-back weeks where then Dallas puts a bunch of points, and Green Bay's offense answers the bell. Now it ended up in a tie. That's the beauty of football. Understanding what is needed of you to do to win a game. It doesn't always need to be the prettiest. That's why I always say never apologize for winning, because it's blanking hard. And you have to figure out what your formula is that week. Every week stands on its own, and you hope that both sides of the football and special teams are strong, that all 3 will win. But the odds are your best needs to be better than theirs. And if that's the case, you win more football than you don't.
Josh Jacobs going through practice. Matt LaFleur spoke about him a little bit earlier, about just how he's been around the team. And last week, obviously, he made the comment about business as usual. He just continues to work. We still do not have any further information from the Brown County District Attorney's office on where that case stands. The running back's going through drills a little close by where I'm standing. And I just can't help the helicoptering, Tausch, where they're doing a drill where they run toward Ben Sermons and then cut on a dime to get away from him like he's a tackler. And Marshawn Lloyd's foot slips on the turf. And immediately my first thought is, oh, God. But he's okay. He continues to go through that drill. But as Matt LaFleur talked about earlier, he will be on a modified schedule as they try to get him to get to a point where they can just let him loose. We'll see if he does 11 on 11 today. He did not do it in the first OTA we attended. He did do it last week in 11 on 11. So we'll see what kind of workload he has today in the first practice of minicamp. We'll have more during the 11 o'clock hour, including some interesting power rankings, and Rob Domofsky's, Jesse, help me out with this, player that is most worth watching during the mini camp.
Most intriguing question about the teams practicing is what the NFL Nation reporters were asked. What's the most intriguing question about the teams you're observing?
We'll get to both those things during the 11 o'clock hour before we get to Wonelli. That's all still ahead. The 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You've always been competitive at work, in the gym, even with your kids. But lately you feel off. Workouts take longer to recover from. Your drive just isn't there. You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back the energy to being dad again. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Mark Tauscher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
The cooler's packed, the sun is shining. The only thing left to do? Citrus back and relax with Carbless. Refreshing, ready to drink, and packed with bold citrus flavor, Carbless is the ultimate upgrade for every summer adventure, from dock days to bonfire nights. No mixing, no hassle, just crack it open and enjoy the moment. This summer, trade the stress for zest. Citrus back and relax with Carbless. Carbless, find your bliss at drinkcarbless.com.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into the Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2, right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Joining us now is the Green Bay Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur on Wilde and Tausch.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Matt LaFleur, Matt Nagy, and Matt Patricia. Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach not named Matt? No, I'm sorry.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law offices, One Call That's All studio at ESPN Milwaukee.
Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach named Matt? Matt Damon, Matt Ryan, somebody else.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. How's my golf announcer voice? I'm trying to be a little upbeat while still keeping it down as people work through their on-field and sideline work over here at Ray Nitschke Field.
Why is it so quiet? Why isn't there any music?
I'm standing far away from the speaker, closer to the construction, though, which continues obnoxiously. Tausch, a couple things that I wanted to get to before. First of all, some housekeeping. A couple of players who are not practicing today. Aaron Banks. Now, again, not sure what that may or may not entail. But after what he dealt with last season with a back and a knee and an ankle, and how much this offensive line is counting on him, not great to see him not participating. Also, Warren Brinson and Javon Hargrave, Packers' 33-year-old defensive tackle that had his best years with Jonathan Gannon in Philadelphia, also not taking part today. Also, Christian Watson going through everything and with his new contract, and Keyshawn Nixon going through everything.
Why is he holding his contract when he's going through drills?
He's working on one-handed catches.
Oh.
So you hold the paperwork in one hand.
Super interesting.
Yeah. So is
it scrolled? Is it scrolled, or how is he just holding it like a regular piece of paper?
Like a Dead Sea Scrolls. Yeah, it's on one of those. You know what it's on? It's one of those. Remember when you were in high school and they had newspapers that were on those like poles?
Yeah.
It's one of those.
I like
that. Interesting that I'd be carrying it around the field. All right. Jesse, you mentioned these power rankings. I'm curious to know more.
You sound surprised. When you talked to Keyshawn Nixon last week, did you ask him anything about that?
I did not discuss it with him on the record, no.
Did you off the record?
I did not discuss it with him on the record, no.
Do you believe that he will be at training camp fully practicing if he does not get a new contract? Not from any source. Do you believe he is going to do you believe he's playing this season out with that deal?
I cannot say that with any degree of high confidence. I am still intrigued by that scenario and still am skeptical that is it's just happy-go-lucky, all is well, all is right with the world. And
so are you surprised he's here today?
No, I'm not surprised, but because as you and I have talked about many times, and again, there's danger every time you step on a football field of injury. Like this is just because it's non-contact and it's shorts and jerseys and helmets does not mean that you're not putting yourself at some level of risk. There are plenty of guys that go through this and get through it fully healthy, and there's also guys that unfortunately they slip and they suffer an injury. So hopefully that doesn't happen to anybody here. But I would think that in the risk management realm, you probably look at this as, okay, I can do this and collect my workout bonus, get through the mini camp, and I'll be off with a next week when they have just the young guys here, and then we'll see where things stand when we come back for training camp. I would think that would be the approach that he would take, but I think he probably, and again, this was, and I'm being 100% transparent and serious here. At no point did he say, well, it didn't really help Elton at all, so I just decided not to do that sort of thing. But I do think it's hard not to look at what happened with Elton Jenkins and say, well, you can do that if you want, but it's not going to help you at all, right? So again, I'm not willing to say, yeah, he's just going to play it out, because I don't think I can say that with any certainty. But do I think it will more likely end up being that the Packers don't do anything for him, regardless of what he may or may not do?
Well, the Packers aren't going to initiate anything. I'm asking, Jesse, can you summarize what we just heard right there?
I have no idea.
That was a hell of a filibuster. I'll tell you what. Because I was listening and I'm like, all right, what is? So yeah or no? I couldn't quite figure it out.
Jason,
So
what would you like to say about Keyshawn Nixon publicly?
I would like to text Tausch what he actually said to me, since I can't say
well,
it
I mean, we're talking about
on the air.
We're on a radio show here. You're doing like what can
Right,
you
but
say about
off
Keyshawn?
the
Here's
record
the deal, and
means
I know
off the
that Jason has to protect. I get all that. I understand it. I respect that. I have been pretty steadfast in understanding how this whole game works. I'm not always right, but I do know when you're going into the last year of deal and you feel like you've been underpaid for a couple of years, you're going to be very hesitant to just do whatever. You have to strategically try to figure out what is best. And the way the Packers approached the offseason at that spot, they obviously went and picked up the 30-year-old from the Chargers.
Benjamin St-Juste.
And then Cisse is a young drafted pick, second-round pick.
20 years old.
Yeah, and they're going to be very high on him. Jason's obviously in love with this Alabama cat that everybody's
really
excited about
practiced.
too. Well, you love him because you wrote a story about him, and I think you're hoping that story comes to fruition, which I get. If Keyshawn Nixon has leverage, and I don't want to get back into the Joe Douglas debates,
pick swap,
he's going to use it. And if he is going to be the number one corner and he's out there in August, I don't see how he's going to play for $4 million as the number one corner in the last year's
Okay,
deal.
so let me ask you this.
That's what I would say, and that's without any. I have not talked to Keyshawn. I haven't seen Jason's, so I don't know all of that. But I just that's the way I feel he's going to handle it. Could be wrong.
So let me ask you this then. He did see, obviously, we all did, what Elton Jenkins tried to do last year. And by the way, he certainly had a measure of leverage, right? They had reconfigured their offensive line and moved him to center as part of that leverage. And what did it do for him? All it basically did was kept him from getting the work in that might have at least given him a better chance of succeeding last season when he moved to center. Like he was, again, the quote of the year, which was one that Zach Tom later said the same thing about his play, was I played like expletive. So if I'm Keyshawn Nixon, what are my options? And this is the worst thing. Like it's the whole, you have to withhold your services by holding in. You have to be here, and you have to pretend that your arm hurts, like Rodney Dangerfield,
or your back is
in
tight.
Caddyshack, right? And so, like,
Which, by the way, worked pretty well for Micah.
It did, no doubt, it did. That worked. But again, is Keyshawn to the level of Micah?
No, he is not.
Like, what? if he called you instead of talking to me in the locker room, what would you tell him?
If Keyshawn Nixon is the number one corner, and he's going to be the number one corner, if they don't feel like they can replace him with someone up to the same standard, because I think the Elton Jenkins scenario, the Packers kind of, they held it. They held strong.
Do you think they feel like they could be fine if they had to play those other guys?
I do feel like that, and that's why I don't know where Keyshawn's head's at on it, and that's why I'm curious what his approach is going to be.
If you were Goody and you wanted to
throw some sprinkles at him.
What kind of sprinkling would you do?
In-game bonuses that you could, maybe a couple $100,000, throw him a couple $1 million that he could earn on top of it to keep him satiated for the year, and then let him go after the season. Or you could, if you feel like he has 2 or 3 really good years left as that number 1/number 2 corner, you could sprinkle a little something, give him a below-market deal, but more money than what he's making this year. And if he is not on board with either of those, you say, well, here you go. Play it out and go. Good luck to you. But then you have disgruntlement. And obviously we know the Packers are not interested in a bunch of disgruntlement. But at some point, I don't care how good of a manager you are, 53 dudes that have 53 agendas, there's going to be disgruntlement. It's whether you contain that disgruntlement and it doesn't affect your play. And hopefully guys are professional enough to know me being disgruntled is not going to help me get paid. That's the trick to this whole deal.
Okay, so he's in one category. Where do you put Tucker Kraft in that same? He's in a different boat, but he's in the
Kraft
same
is going to get a
body of water
contract, but he will not have the top end guarantees that most of these tight ends get. His contract will be bigger than what it'll be less than Christian Watson's deal overall, but it'll be very close, I would think, and should have more. The Packers view him in a lot different way. They need him. They want him. He wants them. That deal gets done before training camp.
So, and if there are sticking points and it doesn't, and he calls you and says, "Hey, Tausch, I really appreciate. I'm really sorry that I took the easy way out on voting on the barbecue thing at the Thunder Trio last year. I hold you in very high regard and have a lot of respect for you and your wisdom from your 11 years in the NFL. It doesn't look like this deal is going to be done for the start of camp. Or should I practice? What should I do?"
Boy, I think you practice. Because I think the Packers have shown you enough good faith that this deal is going to get done.
Jordan Love didn't, though, right? And they showed him good faith.
Tucker, with his injury, could probably, work on the side, do some individual stuff, and nothing team. That's probably what your recommendation would be. Just go about your business. You're not going to do any team, but I don't think they're going to have him doing a bunch of team stuff early anyway.
I wouldn't think so. Right.
So the easy solution is I'm going to be there. I'm going to be a part of it. I'm going to do all this, but I'm not going to do any 11-on-11 stuff until things get situated. That's probably how you handle it. I just view both of those scenarios completely different. Obviously, Keyshawn's older. Tucker showed he is a top-tier tight end, and the Packers are going to be more than happy to pay him and keep him in the fold because of his leadership and because of his talent.
Again, to be worrisome beat writer guy that are looking at Marshawn Lloyd's right foot. They're he's getting a shoe back on. So
you worry a lot.
I do.
But why do you worry about these guys? I understand worrying about your kids.
Might just had a pebble in his shoe.
It's not the same.
Spat his ankle up or something.
Yeah, it's not the same type of worrying that I would worry about my kids. But this is a guy he is in the bad luck Hall of Fame. I've never seen anybody like this. So it looks like he's getting his shoe back on. He's going to go back in. But he's just that guy. It's kind of like when, talk about Christian Watson. You're telling me that every time he goes down hard in a game, people aren't wondering, oh my God, is he going to get up? I think there's a lot of people that look at him that way. And
I do that.
Right. Exactly. That's all. I'm not going home. And when I say my prayers at night, I could, I suppose, include Marshawn Lloyd, but I haven't been. but maybe I'll start. All right, I want to get to Rob Domofsky's storyline, and I want to get to these power rankings that Jesse has lined up. We'll do that as the construction zone outside of Ray-Nitschke Field continues. And I tell you about Associated Bank. And look, I tell you about their Brewers checking, which is phenomenal all the time, right? All the great perks. You know, you get pre-sale access to concerts and non-baseball events. You get 20% off the Brewers team store. You get to go in the American Family Insurance Associated Bank gate, so you get tailgate a little bit longer. But, oh, by the way, they're also the official bank of these guys, the Green Bay Packers, and you can get Packers checking, which comes with all kinds of great perks as well. And Packers season is right around the corner. And by the way, when you go to games, you know, the tickets aren't getting any cheaper. But when you go to the concession stand and you pay with your Associated Bank Packers card, you're actually going to save on that too. So there's all kinds of great perks. Go to associatedbank.com/Packers to find out more about the Packers perks, /Brewers to find out more about the Brewers perks. Associated Bank, the one thing you know for sure, great customer service, tops in the industry. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance. The world's game is here, and Kyle and Brust are taking the celebration to Milwaukee. Join Kyle and Brust live Thursday from Zocalo, 636 South 6th Street as they kick off the road to the FIFA World Cup 26. Grab a Michelob Ultra and be part of the action with Kyle and Brust, live from Zocalo. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Also enjoy Michelob Ultra while watching the FIFA World Cup 26 at Stenny's North Shore, Spanky's Waterford, and Three Lions Pub Shorewood. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Congratulations to the class of 2026.
Got a grad to celebrate? Make it easy with a Cousin Subs gift card. Buy $30 in gift cards and get a free 7.5-inch sub for you. Valid on any Deli Fresh or Classic sub. So while you're giving a great gift, you're getting one too. Simple, thoughtful, and way better than a card that gets tucked away. Stop by your local Cousin Subs today. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Father's Day is coming up, and let's be honest, Dad doesn't need another tie. Give him something he actually wants. New windows that lower energy bills, a durable new roof, beautiful siding, or a bath remodel he can brag about to every guest who visits. And during the Exterior Pros and Baths June savings event, you'll get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
From large manufacturer to local pizza shop and every business in between, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions. Whatever you're building, you've got this. And Summit Credit Union's got you.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel here for Events by Design. If you're planning an annual meeting, leadership summit, product launch, or trade show, you already know the pressure is on. Events by Design takes those high-stake moments and turns them into immersive experiences that energize your audience and elevate your brand. They handle everything: designing, planning, production, ensuring your event is executed seamlessly. No stress, no scrambling, just a memorable experience that delivers. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
Stop buying barbecue rubs that all taste the same.
Most are loaded with sugar, fillers, and shortcuts.
Burn Pit BBQ is not.
We're a veteran-owned company right here in Wisconsin, built on doing things the right way, no shortcuts, no nonsense.
Just premium seasonings that deliver real flavor every time you fire up the grill.
Whether it's a quick dinner or feeding the whole crew, Burn Pit BBQ gives you confidence to get it right.
Burn Pit BBQ, grill with confidence.
Find us at burnpitbbq.com and now at select Walmart locations.
That's burnpitbbq.com.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. After your round, stop in the clubhouse for food and drinks. Call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855 Pella WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
So, apparently, when I left the program, I had not looked at this week's Steinhoffel's Sleeper of the Decade, Flu. And I wish I had, because I take some responsibility here. But it's my understanding, Jesse, please correct me if I'm wrong, that there was some controversy that spilled out during that portion of the program.
I'll tell you how this played out. So I saw the clip on the digital screen here all show, and I thought, okay, I know who this is, and I didn't read it all the way through. I just saw the quote that Homer, I don't know anything about him, but I like everything about him, so I immediately knew who it was. Then we did it while you were down at LaFleur's press conference. And I said to Jesse, I said, well, it's not a defensive lineman. So I thought he just screwed that part of it up. And he goes, oh, no, yeah, super confident. Yes, it was.
Pro Football Reference.
I said, no, it's not.
Lineman.
And then Tony Cartagena is texting me, and he's like, well, who do you think it is? And I actually flashed Jesse the number of the person that I thought, like an old Martin Van Buren episode on Seinfeld. I gave him the sign. And then he started, I could see his face got a little pale. But he doubled down because he's like, oh, you don't know anything.
I looked it up.
You don't know
this.
anything. Pro football, blah, blah, blah. I said, all right, whatever. If you're that confident about it, I'm not always right. And I will fully admit when I'm wrong. Okay? Well, I know I do. You can say I don't, but I do. And in this case, pretty confident that I remember this quote. And I didn't even actually remember. I had to look up his name. I just remembered his number. Don't know why.
44.
Well, I didn't know we could say that out loud because the contest is still
tread
going.
Carefully. We got some stuff to figure out
because it was so funny, and it was really apropos about Homer. And then Jesse said, "Well, everybody else is knowing who it is." And I'm like, that doesn't mean it's right. And I was steadfastly saying I'm right about it. And then when he called and told you, and you said the same thing I did, then I'm 100% know I'm right.
Yeah.
So, Jesse,
well, there's been another development.
Oh, there's another development.
There is, yeah. So I went back to the Wilde and Tausch Twitter feed to see if there was any trace of when Homer said this clip. Again, one of the legendary quotes of Wilde and Tausch history. I don't know anything about him, but I like everything about him. I could not find any trace of that on our social media platforms.
Because I think he said it on his show to me, and then I brought it up on our show.
I was pretty sure he said it in his appearance on this show, because I remember it like laughing out loud as he said it. Point, I guess I shouldn't be the one who says I remember anything, because
very clearly you remember it. Yeah.
I still thought you guys might not remember this, right? Because the two players that were getting confused here share similar first names. And so I texted Homer. I went straight to the source. I said, Homer, who'd you say this about? This guy or this guy?
These all sound like things you should have done before you chose this player.
I never thought that I had this wrong.
Why didn't you just call Homer?
Crossed my mind.
Why didn't you just call Homer and have him say it live instead of trying to fix
because Jesse's trying to save this as still.
Oh, I know he is. And he knows he's wrong
the
now.
contest goes until noon. It's a great, $500 Steinhafels gift card. They're the presenting partner of our Wilde and Tausch 10th anniversary. We want
Probably
to do
should
them
have done
right
a better
here.
job of doing right by them. Yeah.
So, Homer made it 3 for 3.
Oh, God.
Homer says that,
why you had to add that part of it, that still is befuddling to me.
And
you
by the way,
continue-
4 for 4. Like, because I think Tony knew it too.
Now, Tony wasn't even on the show anymore when this happened.
But he still listens.
Tony, he's just next in line trying to make sure I'm wrong about everything all the time. And you know what? A lot of people are writing that line, so that's fine. So here's the deal.
Oh, boy.
I love the here's the deal. That bratwurst was cooked.
We have
fully cooked.
We have
Could not have been poisonous.
We have 2 options with how we would like to proceed with this week's Steinhafel sleeper of the last 10 years.
Wait a minute. Say the part that you said to me while we were discussing
I don't even
this,
remember.
though.
I'm panicking.
You
I don't,
said, and I quote, I was wrong.
I was?
Which I've not
Okay.
heard you
Yep.
say yet on the air.
All right. Thanks, Jason. Yes, fellas. Yes, fans. Yes, Steinhafels. I was wrong. The player who this clue alludes to in part 1 of it is not the same player that Homer said this quote about.
Oh, boy.
There are 2 different players indicated in this clue. So, we have 2 options with how to proceed. Option number 1 is we nullify the contest today and we run it back with a totally different player tomorrow and we pretend like this never happened. Option 2 is we accept answers saying both players' names in question, and they all go into the drawing where we draw one at random
boy.
that becomes our winner of the $500 Steinhafels gift card.
What's more difficult for you?
Accepting both names. Definitely. Both, I think, are solid options. We would do justice for everyone who either guessed correctly or incorrectly, or in this case, guessed both names, potentially.
There were some people that submitted both names. A lot of respect for them.
If you're submitting guesses, you can only submit one guess because I can go back and look. But if, this is an issue now because
you
we
were
have the wrong name. So, fellas, let's clear this up right now. What do we want to do? We got 30 minutes till this contest ends today.
Carl Brooks dropping into coverage and deflecting a Jordan Love pass intended for Jaden Reed. Nifty play by
nice job,
Tausch's
Carl.
guy, Carl Brooks.
All right.
Also wearing your old podna, Frankie Bag of Donuts Winters, number 52, Jagger Burton. Remember last week when he was working at right guard sometimes with the ones?
Yeah.
Well, with Aaron Banks not practicing today, he's working with the ones in his spot at left guard. So the rookie 5th-round pick out of Kentucky getting some first-team reps for the second straight week that we have watched him. Now, I have bought you both time to debate internally. What are we going to do here?
Whatever makes, as a punishment for you being wrong, whatever you think is going to be the most work for you is what you need to do.
By far the most work for me would be to accept both players' names as correct answers and to go through and then
there's the answer,
divvy it up.
And I want a formal apology to me.
Is he playing chess when the rest of us are playing checkers, though?
How so?
Because to me, the more work would be to come up with another player and properly vet the player.
Our fans have responded. I don't know how many have been right or wrong, depending on how you look at it.
There were, hundreds of correct responses last week to our Steinhafel Sleeper of the Decade. I've seen them rolling in.
Twice as many this week because you could be 2 different players you could have answered.
Before this controversy, there were a bunch with the correct name as intended that were coming in. And then after Tausch called it out, suddenly I started seeing the other name coming in quite a bit. And now we've got a good handful of both. So I think the right thing to do here, even though it's more work for me, is to accept both as the correct answer and give everybody who submitted one name or the other, equal opportunity to be selected as our random winner.
I agree. I'm on board now. My next question. How do you plan on doing this moving forward so we don't have a rerun of this egregious error?
Do you try to do this? Because is this your shtick that you constantly want? Because I know you have a lot of trivia's 3 questions, 5. That's 15 questions a week. It just seems like this happens an inordinate amount of times.
I mean, when you're
with the internet at your disposal and AI and all of the things that you have, it's crazy to me. You keep pushing the envelope,
stuff to get wrong.
trying to show that you know so much, and I think it's time to come to grips that you just don't. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, Tausch. Yeah, that was.
I think it's time you come to grips.
Hard
that
to miss.
You just don't.
It's almost as legendary a quote as what Homer said about one of 2 potential players.
It's not one of 2. It's one of 1. You decided you wanted to get 2 people involved in a trivia contest.
God is my witness. I thought he said it about the guy I originally intended the question to be part of. This was, I did not think to double check this with anybody because I just thought I knew it as fact. It was just something that I didn't think needed to be checked because it just was in the lore of Wilde and Tausch history. And it turns out I misremembered the player that Homer said this about. I apologize to you, Tausch, for first recognizing this. I apologize to everybody for messing this up, especially our great partner, Steinhoffels. We're going to have one winner still, $500 gift card from both entries that fans have sent in. We'll unveil who those players' names are at the end of the show and hopefully never relive this experience.
Wait. So are we giving away a $500 gift card every single week?
Every week during our 10-year anniversary celebration this summer.
First of all, we got to give more love to Steinhoffels because that's incredible that they're doing that.
It's an amazing prize.
Secondly, if the stakes are that high, in the immortal words of not Bob Moore, but the other great American orator, Mark Tauscher, Jesse Nelson, get your blank together. Like we can't have these kind of mistakes. The stakes are too high. We got to finish.
Yeah. This is a blemish. So what we will do is I will make sure we have checks and balances in place each week, as we did last week with our original Steinhoffel Sleeper of the Decade. I will make sure that I send this over and have a second pair of eyes and a third pair of eyes from the panel here to make sure that we're all good to go each week before we post this on Tuesday mornings. Because I cannot be trusted.
It's got to be exhausting being you.
It is.
Not as exhausting as it is being us.
Thanks to Steinhoffels for their support of Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary all summer long.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Well, so you got that solution. You got it figured out.
We got it figured out. We will unveil the 2 names that are potentially in the mix here at the end of the show.
And if better sleep is on your to-do list so you don't make mistakes like Jesse does, now is the time to save on a Beautyrest mattress at Steinhoffels. Jesse, I'm over-delivering for them because you definitely under-delivered for them so far today. For a limited time, get a free foundation or $500 instant savings when you purchase a King adjustable base set. And then if you win the $500 gift card, you're saving $1,000 right there. So good luck to you if you have gotten the sleeper correct, and it's apparently one of 2 players. Plus, with Steinhoffel's 60-month financing, Queen Beautyrest mattresses start at just $32 a month. And when you stop in to test rest a Beautyrest Black mattress, you'll also score a $20 gas card. Shop Steinhoffels in-store or online at steinhoffels.com, Wisconsin's mattress leader. Relax. It's Steinhoffels.
Chris
I could relax by you.
Chris in the YouTube comments asks if 565 Analytics is still around and if they would be willing to return to provide some checks and balances.
Yeah, we had kind of an ugly split. That's something to have a conversation with Geriad and the Klinkster
ugly
about.
Split? You just fired him for no reason.
It wasn't not fire. It wasn't for no reason.
A company went under.
It was tough. We had to make some tough decisions.
And no source of income.
So I'll let you leave that up to if Geriad and Klinkster are interested in helping you. I'm more than happy to let that occur.
Wow. We're all coming back together. Jesse will continue to do his penance. Packers will continue practice. And we will do Whoa Nelly next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
This 4th of July, crack open something made for the red, white, and blissful. The new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety 8-pack is here just in time for America's 250th birthday, featuring 4 nostalgic flavors: strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple. It's the taste of backyard barbecues, fireworks at dusk, and long summer weekends packed into every can. This Independence Day, bring the nostalgia and bring the bliss with the new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety Pack from Carbliss. Available now at your local retailer or online at drinkcarbliss.com.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. And while buying a home is a big deal, it certainly doesn't have to be and shouldn't be a stressful experience. At Great Midwest Bank, we combine competitive rates, fast pre-approvals, and honest advice from knowledgeable loan officers to help you every step of the way through your home buying or building journey. For 90 years, our customers have been part of the GMB family. Experience a state of tranquility at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year Award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Service and savings. It's Woodman.
Hi, we're the Woodmans. I'm Clint.
I'm Phil, saving you tons of money on Johnsonville brats.
Select 10-pack varieties, $8.99, or select 5-pack varieties, $4.99, or 2 for $9.50.
Ay caramba, hot prices on Johnsonville.
10-pack, $8.99, 5-pack, $4.99.
Everybody loves grilling Johnsonville brats.
Better products, better prices, better service, because we're employee-owned.
It's Woodman's.
Staples presents Celebrations Made Easy.
I was throwing a party for the twins and had custom invites and a banner printed at Staples. And that's when I saw Party City is now at Staples.
Party City? No way!
Yep. So now Staples has all your printing needs and everything you need for a party.
Everything times 2.
Yeah, and now at Staples, save 40% on custom cards, photo gifts, wrapping paper, banners, and more.
Big news! Party City is now at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or on the app. In 613, exclusions apply.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Hey, Albert, can you help us plan and budget for a bathroom renovation?
I certainly can. Let me review your finances.
Who are you talking to?
Albert, my AI financial assistant that I can access right in the app. It automates all things finance, moves money, pays bills, creates personalized alerts, finds savings, and so much more.
Your bathroom renovation financial plan is ready. I found cash you can put aside, and to cover the rest, Albert can get you up to $10,000 fast.
Can you find contractors nearby within our budget?
Here's a list of contractors. Would you like help requesting a $10,000 loan for your bathroom renovation?
Yes! Download the Albert app and use promo code BUILD to access Genius. Plus, get up to $10,000 for whatever you need. Just download the Albert app right now and use promo code BUILD to get up to $10,000. That's promo code BUILD.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Couple of quick updates before we get to Whoa Nelly. One, Tier 1 Tyler has now chimed in. How many children does he have now, Jesse?
He's up to 3.
So he's got 3
Yeah.
kids. He's got a full-time actual job. He is a supportive friend and listener to the show.
He's in a golf league on Wednesdays that I haven't been invited to be in a while.
He's got a lot more on his plate than you do, and yet he is offering to take the reins of this project if you are going to struggle like you did today. So it takes a village, and we appreciate everyone that's willing to help Jesse out because his incompetence.
I appreciate Tier 1 Tyler offering, butt out of this T1T. I got this.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
Secondly, quickly before Whoa Nelly, Lucas Van Ness has had. I'm watching the team period, and he has been in the backfield a lot. Tausch as an offensive lineman, though, and he's going against Jordan Morgan right now, who stoned him. How much, if anything, should I take from Lucas Van Ness looking pretty good in a minicamp, shorts, helmets, and jerseys, pass rush, 11-on-11 period, sir?
Well, I don't know what the tempo is and what but
it's legit tempo.
Yeah, you should not be. I mean, obviously that's a good thing for Lucas. It's probably not a good thing for whoever he's going against.
He's gone against a few people. He's moved around, but he has looked pretty good during these last couple of 11-on-11 periods. Speaking of looking good, Jesse's looked good all show, and it's time now for Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa Nelly
on Wilde and Tausch.
You want to talk about the Knicks, or do you want to talk about the power rankings list that I found over at ESPN.com?
Save those for tomorrow. Let's do those in Domofsky's storyline pick for tomorrow. Let's talk about the Knicks.
Are we rooting for the Knicks?
No.
I'm over them. I want the Spurs to win.
Why?
New York is very full of itself. And that has never been more evident than in the last, 4 days.
This feels like something you know a thing or two about.
Yeah. The amount of, the Knicks got to, Good Morning America, ESPN, celebrities everywhere.
I've learned a lesson because I've always been a fan of long-suffering fan bases, fighting and scrapping. I pulled for the Red Sox to beat the Bambino curse. I pulled for the Cubs to get rid of that curse because it's been so long. I've learned a lesson. I was wrong about the Cubs. I should have wanted to see them continue to suffer. With New York, I think because, I'll say this, the intrigue just within my own family is higher than I thought it would be of this series. Now, Wemby is the needle mover for us, but no, I'm with you. I don't want to see New York win. I think it's better for sports to continue to have that storyline, and then you get a very smug, arrogant fan base feeling too good about themselves. I kind of like let's keep them suffering a little bit. So I've changed my tune. I've learned my lesson from 10 years ago. Been doing the show 10 years. Lessons learned. No go for me rooting for the Knicks.
Jason?
Do you regret being pro Red Sox or no? That one you're okay with, or
no? I'd rather see them still struggling.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad to see you're there. I was the same way. I am not above admitting that I was the same way about the Cubs, and I was wrong too. That was a error of epic proportions. The hype around the Knicks is just not something that I've enjoyed. I've been pulling for the Spurs from the jump, and then they got down 2-0 on their home court. And now they got the win yesterday at Madison Square Garden, where Tausch was doing the show from yesterday as well, oddly enough. to make it 2-1. No, I am pro Spurs.
Got all
Jesse,
18 holes in yesterday, too.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Didn't win, I assume. We would have heard about it if you won.
Second place. Somebody.
Ooh.
I'm not going to say anybody did anything nefarious. We hit some bomb putts. We were 15 under for 18 holes, which is pretty incredible. We had 10 mulligans.
Mulligans?
We had 10 mulligans.
Oh, is this that tournament where you bought all the mulligans
The putt
last
mulligans?
year? Yeah.
You support the cause by buying mulligans. There was a group that, I'm not going to say claimed, they posted 18 under for 18 holes.
Uh-oh. How many mulligans did they use?
I don't know. We always stick to 10 because otherwise, and it was a fast-moving. They wisely said, let's just do 9 holes in case the rain comes so then we can still have a winner. And Vortex had another great gift for the first-place team. And much to my non-chagrin, second place got nothing. Nothing.
What?
And I'm all right with that.
If you're not first, you're last.
I agreed. Yep. But our team put the same score together that we did last year. Gurn didn't play as good, and I actually screwed up. I went down. I played a great course in Kohler last week when I was down doing the show. And I put my clubs in a lighter bag because caddies appreciate that. And then I was going to switch them back into my other bag to go play yesterday, and I kind of did, but I didn't. I get out on the course, and I was a little rushed because I got to the course late yesterday to set up the video that I thought was really well executed.
No doubt. No doubt.
Very well, yeah.
I go out. We have, 80 or 90 yards in on the first hole, and I don't have any of my wedges.
Oh, no.
I thought I left them at the crib. Turns out I left them in my Chevy Tahoe from Zimbrick Chevy.
Which was parked in the parking lot?
Yes, but I didn't know that because then I started thinking, when did I put them in? And I thought I put them in the other bag, and then I thought, As I put my clubs away 4.5 hours later in my car, there's the 2 wedges sitting in my car. Would that have made a difference? The answer is no, because this little 9-iron knockdown that I got was dynamite yesterday. Boy, I hit a lot of good putts, too. Not driving it very long anymore, but putted really well.
9-iron knockdown.
Knockdown 9er. Yep.
So whose fault is it that you lost?
We're not putting any blame on anybody. We shot the same score that our championship team shot last year, and Clussy wasn't there. Our scratch golfer wasn't even there.
Yeah.
We mishmashed together a pretty good little squad, and I got to give Nate from Gordon Flesh a big set of props. Man, did he putt and play great golf yesterday. That's as good. He took on the leadership role that the 2 guys that left usually lead.
The void.
Mm-hmm. And he was dynamite, and I feel bad for him because he put everything on the table. We should have been good enough to win, but we didn't. So kudos to you, Nate.
Do you think the winning
Gurney
team
didn't play
cheated?
great. And he also told me we talked too much about him on the show yesterday. And if we're
Jern.
So I'm going to talk more about him
because
he's uncomfortable. So Jern did not have his best yesterday, and did that hurt us? Probably a little bit.
So you got after me for my fiddling and diddling about Keyshawn Nixon. By the way, great touchdown catch by a tight end not named Tucker Kraft, Josh Wiley, one-handed while being pushed out of the back of the end zone by Zaire Franklin on a throw from Jordan Love in red zone. Do you think the other team cheated
there by the offense? Not so
they're
much
still
by the
going.
defense.
There's just one play, but yeah. Do you think they cheated? Are you willing to say on the record that you think there was malfeasance and cheating that went on?
I am not
by the other team.
No,
okay,
I am
because
not.
you intimated it,
but
you
off the
implied
record.
it.
No.
What about off the record?
Tell us all the things you won't say.
Do I think that I don't know the group? I don't know the group, so I can't say that there's a couple of other groups. Jocko was out there. Jocko's at this event every year.
Jocko wouldn't cheat.
Nope, he played it straight. We beat their group by a couple. That's a solid squad that we're always kind of looking at. But it'll be a year with no title. So
it was a year without a championship for Tausch's golf crew. All right. We need to wrap things up with our clip of the day.
Can't wait to reveal who our Steinhoffel sleeper of the decade is.
Well, we gotta come to grips with who the actual answer is as well.
2 answers we'll accept. The clock is ticking. We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Your road to the ESPN Milwaukee Open starts with one lucky phone call. Listen to On the Tee Tuesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee for your chance to qualify. 10 listeners will each receive a randomly assigned golfer in the Memorial Tournament, and the highest finish wins the grand prize twosome.
Thanks to Delzer, a division of Proof, The Bog, Marquette Athletics, Tony Wendorf and Associates, Events by Design, Boucher Automotive, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, Loyal Family Renovations, Gruber Law Offices, and Siding Unlimited.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde. Father's Day is coming up on Sunday, June 21st, and let's be honest, Dad does not need another tie, another coffee mug, another World's Greatest Dad t-shirt. Get him something he can really enjoy. Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles. Order at Kringle.com and send your dad his favorite flavor, like my favorite, bourbon pecan. You can even add a bag of gourmet coffee to your order. So go to Kringle.com or make the call, 800-4DANISH, and have it shipped just in time for Father's Day. Kringle.com. Racine Danish Kringles. Not just a treat, it's a tradition.
Make plans for Wednesday Night Live, presented by Beatbox at the Bud Pavilion at State Fair Park this Wednesday. You won't want to miss it. Get ready for an epic night of free live music featuring 80s rock favorites Cherry Pie. Gates open at 6. Live music starts at 7. Wednesday with Cherry Pie.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor. If it's a celebrate or tailgate when you're gonna recreate upstate. If it's a holiday, birthday, any date, you can save at Discount Liquor.
It's the world's largest music festival, and you'll be there compliments of Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. There is no other party like Summerfest. Buy any one 15-pack of 16-ounce aluminum bottles of Miller Lite, Coors Light, or Coors Banquet, or any one 12-pack of Happy Thursday Spiked Refresher, and receive one free Summerfest ticket. Visit us at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and in Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings.
See us for your free Summerfest ticket, and check out our specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com.
Discount Liquor.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I know the value of gear that works as hard as you do. And with Father's Day coming up, Iron Jock has some great bundle deals for every kind of dad. Get a performance t-shirt and low-cut socks for just $35, a polo and cap bundle for $65, or grab a lightweight hoodie and jogger set for only $100. Iron Jock gear is moisture-wicking, anti-static, built with 4-way stretch, and powered by Silver Ion technology to help eliminate odor-causing bacteria. Shop Father's Day bundles now through June 21st at ironjock.com.
Get out of the house this summer and head to Road America, conveniently located between Madison, Milwaukee, and Green Bay. This legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course has been hosting the world's best racers since 1955. Bring the whole family. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. You can camp on site, explore the grounds, and take in the racing your way. It's more than just a race, it's a full experience. IndyCar is the must-see race coming June 18th through the 21st. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Amid today's self-inflicted controversy, let's unveil the correct and apparently plural answers for the Steinhopfel Sleeper of the Decade.
All right, sleepyheads, wakey.
We'll have less sleep and we'll be grumpy.
Rise and shine. It's this week's Steinhoffel's Sleeper of the Last 10 Years.
All right, once again, big thanks to Steinhoffels. Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary celebration is presented by Steinhoffels. The Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Last 10 Years. Amid controversy, the clue was this defensive lineman spent 4 seasons in Green Bay, including making 10 starts in 2019. If you answered based on that portion of the clue, Tyler Lancaster, you are correct. That is who I believed Homer said when discussing him on Wilde and Tausch. Quote, I don't know anything about him, but I like everything about him. That was actually said about Ty Summers. So both Tyler Lancaster and Ty Summers count as correct answers.
Ty Cobb.
In today's Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Last 10 Years.
Well, we also accept
Tyrone
Dean
Williams.
Lowry. Jesse. Okay.
This is a bad one. Hand up. My mistake. This was a bad one. Of all, with a $500 gift card on the line, of all the bad ones I've had, this one might take the cake of all the bad ones I've ever had.
Yeah. Well,
my
we
bad.
appreciate Steinhoffel's steadfast support of our program, even in the face of major self-inflicted mistakes. We'll try to do better tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that